Hello, everybody, and welcome to Roleplay Give. We are a tabletop roleplay game community that plays a lot of, well, frankly, Dungeons and Dragons, but every 2 weeks or so we play some Call of Cthulhu. Tonight we will be playing a little bit of Against the Giants, the classic uh, advanced Dungeons and Dragons game. We have been running it as sort of the sequel to Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So this group of folk have been playing through all the way since level 1, depending on where they joined the campaign anyway, and are now, I believe, level 12. Is that right?
That's right.
I froze you guys, and poor Winston is in
Yep.
mid-yawn. Okay, I fixed it.
Keep him in yawn. That's fine.
That'd be an awful place to be stuck, though, really.
Sorry, Winston. All right. So,
Never mind.
where we last left off, if you're following along with our intrepid adventures, is they had agreed, partly for personal reasons, but partly out of service to the kingdom of Keoland, to look into the threat that hill giants creating a fortress on top of the good hills on the western border of Keoland pose to the good people of Keoland, including some ritual drumming that seems to drive out the burrowing monsters of the deeps from underneath the good hills towards uh, lands they would not necessarily go after normally. And so they are investigating some of that. They also, for their own reasons, for their own personal vendettas and or moral reasons, have been tracking one Gellin Primewater all the way back from Saltmarsh, who was revealed to be, um, well, to sound Jane Austen, a cad and a ne'er-do-well of the worst order. Um,
He gets 10,000 a year.
yes, he does get 10,000 a year. However, he is no gentleman, and
You sound awfully prejudiced.
I am, but I do it with pride. The I hate myself for doing that. I
I'm
hate
so happy that you took the bait
myself.
and did it.
I hate myself. Um, they followed him here, knowing he also had been in the area. Well, they didn't actually follow him to the steading, but they knew he had been in the area and that he had moved west, and then apparently jumped back east. They knew he had some ability to teleport, or at least they had surmised that he had had some ability to teleport. And they, during what actually ended up being pretty much a frontal assault of the steading, and not by intention, but by, you know, wasn't their intent, but it was the impact. And so there was some melee that went down. Some giants were hurt. Most of the party did get through there without even being noticed, though. And they managed to capture Gellin Primewater and his companion, Foreshade Asoth, who is Gellin Primewater is a human male in his 40s. Foreshade Azoth appears to be a drow elf of indeterminate age. They were able to see her use magic, and so they know she is a caster of some sort. And I believe she is currently bound and unconscious in their sort of hidey hole that they have, well, that Keeland established for them as a forward base of operations. Did I miss anything critical?
Yeah.
Oh.
Chad is lifting weights.
Yes, so the Knight of Keeland, who has been stationed here for...
I was like, what? Who's Chad? What the fuck? I completely forgot about Chad for like a half a second.
Chad.
Sir
Are
Chad,
we supposed to be seeing this on our map? Because right now we're still up by the giant.
you're about to. I
Strong.
was about to activate the map. So,
Oh, okay.
so you should be moving over to a new map.
It's moved.
Now, you guys have been here before, but I didn't have a map for it. This is sort of your cave. The entrance on the right or on the east. North is up. On the east is sort of that's a tunnel to the actual hill face. The where Chad is lifting weights, right here. There is a thin tunnel going down. Now, when you were here last, Elva had Kotha, her familiar, fly down there. She flew quite some distance before he lost contact with Kotha, and I believe ended up running into some myconids down there. So you do know that that tunnel goes quite some ways down. That, I think, is all the review and or exposition that I need to do. Chad is now moved over to a curl,
Is
and
Mary
working his
still
biceps.
shaped as Gellin?
I was when we came in. I don't remember if I
I don't
dropped
remember
it
you
or
talking about
not,
dropping it,
but
so I just wanted to check in.
So Chad is very confused.
yeah.
The chat was great.
Yeah, I didn't write down that I dropped it, but I do know I had walked out as Gellin of the
Yes, that was part of your way of getting out, I remember.
yeah.
Yep.
And
There's a
I guess
Gellin
the way
Mary.
Mary is kind of like, well, this lasts for a time, like I don't want to drop it unless I have to or it wears off type of thing. That's usually her approach to her like wild shape and different things. So I'm not exactly sure if it would still be in effect because this one only lasts an hour. So
Okay.
so if it's been less than an hour, yes, I still look like Ellen.
Has it been less than an hour, DM? What
Uh,
time is it?
sort of leaving that to you guys. It was like you're there, you're back in your forward base.
Right,
However
but how
long.
long does it take to walk from where we were to here?
Oh,
That's the
I
piece
think.
I don't know that
Oh, I think
variable.
we discussed on the way up that it was, not too far actually.
Okay.
It was no more than half hour, no more than 20 minutes. I think is even what we said, if I remember correctly. It was just a couple switchbacks up. So if you have an hour, you probably still have 40 minutes if this is directly, if we have elapsed no time in between. That I was going to leave up to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we had like Elva and I had a brief conversation maybe, but I think that was really about it. So I think it's maybe 30 minutes left.
Okay.
Unless y'all want to like move it ahead.
It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I know a couple people got here. You and did you and Alva get here first, and then we followed?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
I think we did. So maybe that
Yeah,
happened
because
while
we
y'all are
came in
kind
and
of
talked to her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
I suppose I should point out that Ed's not playing tonight, so Ed will be puppeted for the two bots that are watching the stream. So.
Elva attacks. No? Okay, we'll wait.
Attacks the darkness. Okay. So you have some time. They are asleep. Well, they're not asleep. They're unconscious. Every once in a while, sort of a fitful twitch from Forshade to Soth, but she does not
Yeah.
appear to regain full consciousness.
Well, Paul, I think we said this last time, but just to make certain, I'm gonna try to, bind hands and remove spell focuses, component pouches, and try to do the cover the mouth thing,
Okay.
just to prevent any spells from going off.
Okay, I would like you to make an Arcana check.
Got it. Arcana, not my strength. Oof, 10.
Okay. Um, I did that in the wrong order. Actually, I need a perception check too. Sorry.
Okay. Also, not my strength. So here we go. Even worse.
Oh.
I rolled better.
Okay. So you don't know why, because I needed the perception check first. But you have a slight tingling around the bracelet that you wear as you get closer.
Oh. Okay. When I feel that, I'm gonna step back and just say, "Hey, Elva, do you want to maybe finish up the tying down? I have a bad feeling if I get too close." And Elva's gonna say, "Yes."
Okay. And Elva will, of course, if you would like me to, I would be happy to tie them.
I would suggest we don't keep them right next to each other, too. I just feel like that's not a good thing. But I don't want to take Galen and walk away looking like Galen, because that could be confusing. So maybe if someone wants to move them away from her or move her.
I would be happy to move them apart if that's what you desire. Just move.
I think that would be
Is
good.
this your is that Chad?
No,
or
that's Elva.
Elva?
No, Chad would be like, "Oh, I can lift them. I've been working out. It's a skipped leg day." Okay. No, Chad's not paying attention because Elva's not paying attention. He's just sitting on his stool curling. So.
And I think I did have a chance to fill some people in, at least on what I heard in Giant when we were exploring, but I will definitely do that to the group at large. It seemed like a lot of what I heard had to do with the sword that, well, that you have now, Robespierre. I'm not sure if I was able to ascertain too much more about their plans.
Well, I guess we could maybe Waith know something. Waith, kind of rattle him in the saber.
Hey. No. Sorry, I thought you wanted me to take a nap, so I was just taking a bit of a nap there. What can I do for you for?
Just giving you a little wake up. I just realized that we had some questions. Do you happen to know what and I can't remember, Mary, was the plan from the Cloud Giant's perspective? Or
Well, what I
blank.
remember overhearing was them basically saying that the Cloud Giant telling them to get the sword in order to accomplish something, but that's the piece that I don't know. As if I heard the sword is in the chamber, you'll have to find it. It's yours to take as you please. That was that conversation. So I don't really know what they were going to use the sword for.
Yeah. I vaguely remember talking to Waith about that, but I don't remember. Maybe we didn't ask that question directly. I'll just ask it again. Be like, Waith, there was some conversation about they wanted to get a hold of you and use you. You are being traded to this elf. Do you know the reason?
Oh, well, not really, because the Cloud Giant did not really take me into his confidence, if you know what I mean, on account of me being a giant slaying sword. So he didn't really, like I can hear some stuff, but if I'm not really attuned, it's sort of I don't know, I kind of fall asleep a lot. So like, I guess what I could say about it is I um, was the possession of most recently, like my most recent companion was a dwarf. Uh, his name was Jordy, and that was. I have actually no idea what year it is right now, but I have the feeling like it was, you know, given dialects and things that I'm hearing, and things have changed a bit. It's been a while since I've been like, out and
Been a
about.
while.
It has been a while.
Okay. And I'll share that out to everybody.
I mean, I got the cloud giant's name was Haya.
Pyeth, yeah.
And this fourth shade of Soth here was talking to Galen about how some unspecified she, was going to be very displeased that, that we were able to kind of catch up and find them. But I don't know who the she was. I mean, one might
Mhm.
have some theories, but I didn't catch a name.
Any ideas with who she might be?
Who this Foreshade is?
Oh no. Who would be making for who would be upset by Galen's failures? It seemed to be a third party of some sort.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not much help here. Really do want to be of assistance, but I don't have any, like I am like refraining from doing the Robin Williams joke about interrogating a penis. But it's like I haven't seen much light. so um so he's just I don't know I haven't been out much. Is I guess what I'm saying.
All right then.
I know.
It might be someone that she serves. And I mean, I think putting a few pieces together, Katha followed this tunnel to find our little myconoid friends. When we traveled to Ilmasha Duel, we we were attacked by people that looked similar to this lady, correct?
Mhm. So you think that she is associated with Lilith?
Well, I don't know, but possibly.
She does have a spider diadem, just uh, just like Dory.
I mean, that's a name that's been coming up for quite some time in different contexts. But that's a stretch. So there could be some very other displeased woman wandering around.
Okay. I mean, we can always speak to them. We also could take them back to the king. We were supposed to scout. I think that we accomplished that. And we captured these two. I believe we were supposed to bring them back if we got them.
I think that's a good idea.
We could wait for them to wake up and talk to them, but I think maybe we should be getting a head start.
I don't know what they're capable of doing, and I feel like we'd be better off getting them where there's more guards. No offense, Chad.
Oh, none taken. 34, 35. You know he's not a 34 or 35.
He just throws.
Passive insight. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is he a furbolg?
Chad?
In my head. Yeah.
No, Chad is not a furbog.
Oh.
Chad is human.
But he is hitting on Mary.
No, he was he was flirting with Elva.
No, he
I
was
look
hitting on
like
Elva.
Gellin. I've got a patch over one eye, apparently. Murky grin. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not how I pictured Gellin all these years, but
it's not how
it's
I
like,
pictured him
okay,
either.
okay.
I found somebody had done art for all of the main Saltmarsh notables,
Mhm.
or they had, that might even be, clipped from some other art representing some other IP. And
Uh-huh.
I just found the whole trail of them, and I'm like, oh well, at least the art's consistent. So I pulled
Oh,
that,
I like
and
it. It just
I
was. I'm like, I don't
I
know what I
don't
was
picture
picturing.
him as eye patchy either. I have him in my head, and I think the token I'd used from before was Prince Humperdinck from The Princess Bride.
Mm.
Is that's perhaps you will not find her common now. Is sort of how I picture Gellin, but sort of obsequious
hmm
and yet arrogant at the same time. Uh, okay, but that's neither here nor there because I'm using this sort of badass piratey looking guy here.
Kind of works for me, I gotta say. I think I kind of the eye patch caught me off guard, but I think it works.
Well, maybe it's new. You guys haven't seen him in like
That's what I was
a month.
thinking.
Yeah. Maybe the eye patch is new. That's fun. Let's do that. The eye patch is new.
From
Okay.
Shade.
Ooh.
So, are you guys? I think you still have your horses. Probably because you haven't named them.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. We were dropped off with our horses. Is
Oh
that what happened?
no, you were not. You were airshipped over in the Turkey Trot Mark III.
Oh yeah.
No.
Turkey Trot.
You guys,
Well,
We
no,
had
you guys,
horses.
no, you guys came over land. You guys came over land because there were a couple of.
The dinosaurs. Yeah.
And I beg your pardon, Gary has a name.
That's right, Gary has a name. I humbly apologize. I would hate to think that I left Gary out.
Gary
of
is
something.
very sad.
That I didn't remember him. Yeah, the horses come up a lot. So you guys are going to get back on horseback and ride east to Neodra.
I think so. I mean, it's up. I mean,
In the
guess
night,
I'll pitch
because
it
it
out.
is still night, because you guys went
Mhm.
under cover of night into this nighttime party that the giants were having. They are now on high alert.
Yeah, that's kind of my take, and I guess I'll play it out. I was like, I think we are well hidden here. The giants are not necessarily the sharpest beings in the fortress over there. Probably not as smart as their own dogs, but there are a couple of the sharper ones. They may find us, so I think that it's time for us to go.
I agree. I almost think that we should travel together, but a little apart. One with one hostage, like one group with one hostage, one with another.
Mm-hmm.
Close enough to, come to each other's aid, but not close enough that we'd lose both hostages if something were to happen.
A rock fell from the sky.
Hmm?
If a rock fell from the sky,
Either one.
Do we have a means of silencing these two so they don't cause a disturbance that will bring us notice?
oh,
You keep them unconscious.
does
I
it?
mean, if they start to come to consciousness, can't you just hit them over the head again, Newbin?
I would be fine with that.
They just have one hit point. I feel
Who
like there
has
should be
one
like
hit point?
consequences for if they come to conscious, they'd have one hit point, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
there should
they
be
do- they-
medical consequences
they-
for knocking people out repeatedly, though.
It's called traumatic brain injury, but
they will obviously come to consciousness with one hit point. They do not get the benefits of a long rest from waking up from being unconscious.
Yeah.
The benefit is they're at one hit point and not dead. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it is like probably as early as maybe 11 p.m. at this point. You guys weren't in there for a very long time either.
I like Mary's idea of splitting up.
Wait, we're gonna split? Like we were just at a party.
well,
And now
like
we're
I
gonna
said, not split. we're still close enough to come to each other's aid, but not all in one group in case a rock falls, or one of the hostages breaks free. We don't want to lose both of them. So separate but together was my suggestion.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Yeah, so I mean, are you thinking like literally like 60 feet, under 20 feet? Kind of
Something
like,
that, yeah.
okay. Yeah, sounds
How
good.
big was the biggest rock we've seen so far?
I don't know.
We had a rock thrown at us, right? Well,
Yeah, it's a boulder.
and how, if we were to get to guess like how far apart we need to be so that that boulder could have landed between our group.
That will require me to look up their stats. 1 second, please.
If only we had a fancy way of calling
Between
Mary's uncle to come pick us up.
Oh,
you
yeah.
think
We
they
have the
can
stunning
hit
stones.
between 60 and 240 feet with it.
Remember, my uncle doesn't want to get too close to the boulders, so we'd still have to go a little ways.
Of
Mhm.
They
course.
can come and get us.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. So I'm actually going to.
I threw you guys on the map of Keeland because Mary would know this stuff.
Mhm.
I honestly cannot remember where I placed the steading.
The steady was
It was like in the rock someplace, wasn't it? Where the
Yeah.
note was.
Yeah.
Was it Bransford?
it was I know we would have remembered if it was near Girth.
Yeah.
It was not there.
Yeah, it also wasn't near Pindagoogly either. I
think it was like wasn't it near
I think it was here.
I guess I'll go out to live.
In the area called
covering it.
Game Master? That seems strange. Oh, it's gone.
Castle Rottles Spitz.
I think it's right around here where the green shield is. So
Sure enough. I'll take it.
Well, what was the town that we had to save? Oh, that was
that
before that.
that was a ways down. That was actually
Yeah.
Wood Sage right
Oh.
here.
Yeah, that was way down there.
And that was before we got to Keeland anyway.
Yeah, that was before. Well, you're in Keelan, but before you get to Neil Draw, the capital.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
You were aware that Middlebridge had also been attacked. So.
All right, so do we think we should just try to hoof it all the way back or communicate? And try to get a halfway pick, like a pickup at like Doorglass Castle or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the wrong direction.
Neil Draw's over here.
Near Crawfield.
Near, yeah.
Crawfield.
Or at the river, at the river crossing. At the Zola River. Like not on Middlebridge for sure, but what do the orange lines represent?
Those are like political lines for different baronies.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Got it. So maybe we meet up before we leave the.
You are in Sedena, the March of Sedena.
And do we? Yeah. Is there any political understanding of any of these would be better or worse? I mean, we know Middlebridge has been attacked, so the likelihood is that if we go there, we would have the potential to run into things that are attacking it, and therefore putting Gellin and Forshade back into the.
Any of you can roll a history check to determine that. However, I would say that it would be more likely to be Nubin, who is, I think we decided was from west of the Good Hills, or Mary, who is from Axwood, just northeast of where you're at, who would know the most about the politics of Keeland in the north.
Something tells me Mary's not going to know a lot about this. Oh my gosh, she rolled
Oh.
okay.
Nice.
History isn't her strong suit though, so.
Clearly, +0, 0.
Yeah.
Wow, you and Robes both got 19 and 20, one after the other. with 0 mods.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good rolling. So you are aware, Mary, that the March of Sedena is ruled by a count out of Planton. He is a poor lord, um, and also sort of beleaguered, and is sort of propped up by King Combertus Scotti because it's sort of a front, so to speak, you know. But not a lot in the March of Sedena, Sedena, and not a lot of income then coming into that county. You'd be better off if you need resources or anything else heading towards the county of Nimley. Um, and Crawfield is the county seat of that. As far as if you're looking for wealth or resources. If you want to find anybody in Sedena, you're not going to find anybody, which might be to your purposes. You know,
Yeah.
you're less likely to run into people in Sedena. You also are more likely to have a random encounter in Sedena.
Metagame much, DM?
I'm just putting it in game terms. If I were to keep it deep, I would say it's also less safe from wilds and other threats because it's not as well patrolled by the Knights of Keoland.
What about if we follow the Zol River up to the border of Sedena and once we're feeling confident pushing out that sending stone? Is there anything we're looking for on our journey other than no active encounters? that would make one route better than the other?
You are more likely to run into people on the main roads. If you're trying to avoid that by having two captives with you, then I'll just say that. That's all. Otherwise, you guys can make your own decisions about that or ask me questions.
So we're just trying to avoid people.
I don't know that you are.
And rocks.
I know I wasn't talking to Oliver. Sorry, Paul. I wasn't intending that. That's for you.
Yeah.
Avoid people and rocks.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, and I can cast pass without trace. Might give us a little bit of a advantage at, getting by undetected.
Would anybody have a problem with just following the river so we stay off the roads? Get off the road!
Okay, it works for me.
You're muted, Tony.
Works for me.
Your sign language was very effective.
So you intend to leave now, climb down the hill, and head off into the night.
Yeah, I think so.
Can Chad come with us? He could carry some bodies.
I think he needs to stay here. That's the whole point of this outpost, right?
Chad, when's your leave?
Would that I could, little elf lady, but I've got to stay here and keep the post manned.
Do you
That
have
came
relief
far too
coming?
naturally to you, Paul.
Do you have relief coming soon?
I was a dean of students for 7 years. Relief? Yeah.
A replacement.
A relief in 5 days.
Oh. All right, never mind.
But if you're in Neildraw like 5 days hence, you look me up.
Uh-huh.
Just ask for Chad. They all know me.
Sounds good. I'll take you to the temple if we ever connect again.
Gonna take me to church? Alright, well, these reps aren't gonna do themselves. Start doing sit-ups.
I really hope he comes back. I made him a token.
I saw. Chad's not that
Impressive token.
Chad looks like he might fall over.
I know. I made his upper body as large as I could, and it wouldn't let his waist get any bigger on Hero Forge.
Anyway, Chad says his goodbyes. You guys, how are you doing this? So you have your horses, and you have two captives.
No, we don't have horses. Yeah, we do have horses.
We did. We rode
Yeah,
horses.
we do have
to
horses.
the
We had this
yeah.
conversation already. Yep.
So unless something happened to them.
No, I
Yeah.
have not done anything evil to the horses.
Are we splitting up as initially discussed? Maybe one of us could go on one side of the river. How wide is the river?
The Zol River is a main, and here is where it would actually be somewhat rapid, coming out of the hills.
Mm-hmm.
So to cross it, you would need to get quite a bit farther east, where it sort of no longer is running down hills, and you could ford it.
So we're essentially, you decided, like, by the green shield.
Yeah, you guys are on the north side of the Zol River. To cross it, I think you'd need to get pretty close to, here.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Which is sort of out of your way.
Which is kind of where we wanted to get picked up anyway.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay.
So could we strap these two idiots together and turn them into a raft for the rest of us?
I think it could be problematic if they woke up.
Right. I mean,
well, not if they're face down.
Was that we keep them separate from each other. Because I mean, Robespierre and I know that For Shade of South here has the ability to
bamf.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't want her to bamf away with him. It'd be nice to be able to have at least one captive. So that was my suggestion of keeping the groups, far enough away that it would be difficult for both of them to escape.
Oh, and Dimension Doors verbal only.
Ropes, you can bamf, right? So maybe you should go with, in case For Shade bamfs and takes you along, you can bamf back. Whereas if somebody else gets bamfed with For Shade, we could be turned about into the captives.
Do you want me to go with For Shade?
Well, I'm just saying it might make sense to have whoever's horse she's riding on. Maybe yours makes the most sense.
Okay.
Because nobody else can bamf, right? My cloak thing you gave me can only bamf once, right?
That's right. Actually, do you mind if I take that back? I have that back, by the way. But do you need it? You can keep it.
I can't remember if I used.
I don't remember you using
I don't think I used it. Well, if I go with you and have it, then it doesn't matter which one of us she bamfs. Neither of us could be captive. And then I can give it back to you once we feel secure.
Bamf, you bamf, we all bamf.
Well, I'll go with
She
Gellin then, because I think each party should have somebody that can do some healing in case it's needed.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Newbin, you want to travel with me? Thank you.
Yeah. And Robes, didn't you buy a ball gag at the last store? Could we use that for Gellin so he can't speak?
Use it for the one that can cast spells.
I wish I had.
You guys did relieve Gellin of all of his potions, I believe, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. He had
a bandolier of potions.
Yep. Do either of these two have a ball gag we could use just to shut them up?
Probably left it back at the.
I have some sealing wax. It doesn't seal the same way that I'm thinking you might want, though.
Probably not, but we could try.
I have a belaying pin. We could just shove that in their mouths.
I think a cloth gag will work. I mean, you guys wouldn't know.
Okay.
If we tie the belaying pin and put it in their mouths like a bridle bit on the edge of the rope, then they won't be able to talk or chew
Okay.
through it.
That's a good point. They wouldn't be able to chew it through.
I have a bell. We could put the bell in their mouths like a ball gag.
Now you're talking.
All right. Which group should Elva accompany? Mary says, trying to just get off of this topic of gay.
Oh, what about if Elva flies up? Because she can fly for an hour, right?
She can fly
I
for
think
a
she
minute.
used it.
Hers was
a minute.
Yeah, a minute.
I thought it was an hour.
You can fly.
I know, but then I don't get to ride with robes.
Did you say that out loud?
No.
Well,
no,
and-
because the DM didn't
Because she was
say his thing out
responding.
loud.
Yeah, I was responding to the DM.
And maybe we don't want, like, if we're trying to be undetected, having someone flying. I mean, that's part of the reason why we're not calling in
Right,
the airship.
yeah.
So I guess it's more just which group would it make sense? Needs the extra muscle?
When you say extra muscle, Chad sort of,
I tried, Chad, but you won't leave.
No, I can't. But just a thought. You guys came running down from there. They're probably on alert right now. So you should also take into account that they're gonna be looking. Like
Do we have a way to
specifically.
communicate between parties?
If we stay close enough,
Chad's no dummy.
if we stay close enough, I can talk to you. You just can't talk back.
But that's
Kinda
all we
like
would
prayer.
need. If Elva,
Well-
Mary, and I are with Gellin, and you and Robes needed an extra pair of hands for a threat, all you would have to do was contact us, and I would be able to get to you as long as we're not too far apart. I can get to you very quickly with my speed.
That's true.
Okay.
How close do you
Yeah,
need to be?
we have to be. Yeah, we have to be.
I could travel, so my movement is 50 feet now. So I could get 150 feet, but I wouldn't be able to attack or do anything.
Right.
Well, I can only speak 60 feet away.
Oh, well,
Nobody
there
has
you go.
message, do they? Nobody has message.
no.
Well, I've got the sending stone, but I think that way that works is it can only talk to the person with the same stone, right?
Correct. It's a
Right,
matched
okay.
pair, and it's only once per day too.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think your message is probably the best bet. And if we're being quiet and we're separated by roughly 30 feet, we can just,
Well, we can be 60 feet apart.
or 60 feet apart.
Yeah.
So I just
mean,
said
we
the wrong numbers.
It might not really help us. It might not really help us if they throw a rock, but at least if we get attacked, they can.
Mhm.
I mean, we can see each other if we're 60 feet apart. So
Right.
Just a
Yeah, we
note.
do that.
So I think that all works, but just so you know, I'm a little spent after our journey in the Giants' fort. So I'm not at full strength, so to speak.
Should we put Elva
Do
in your
you
group
need-
then?
do you need healing?
No, I need a little bit of rest, but I don't think we have time for that. So
Well, if they're on full alert, if we wait an hour to rest, then they would just be farther away. We'd be behind them instead of them chasing us.
I see.
We could follow their path, and then unless they double back,
Find this place. I mean, I don't know what they're going to be looking for or how far they're going.
Mm-hmm.
I will ask somebody to roll a fateful D12, please.
Ooh,
what?
You don't want a 1.
I'll roll it. Don't want a 1, and I rolled a 3. I thought that was a 1 for a second.
Well, let's just I do think we should, if we're going to go tonight, we should go soon because I don't know what they're going to be looking for or what they're going to do. That cloud giant is an intelligent creature, even if the hill giants aren't.
Hmm.
If you're feeling like you don't have your full power ropes, you want Elva in your group. That way, you've got somebody else there, just in case.
I think that sounds good. What do you think, Vela?
That's fine. Yeah, whatever you need. And maybe we could send the dragon skin thing. This what's the dragon's name?
Gotha.
Katha?
Katha.
Maybe, yeah. In train of thought that Dusty had was Elva wears armor made from her master's skin, and the skin guy's name was similar to the name of the dragon. So, Skin
The
Dragon.
dragon skin.
But it's a coatl. Technically.
Sure. All right. Maybe we could send the coatl like to fly west of us as far away as it could go and just stay parallel with us so that if they do hear a noise, they follow that and we can hear if something goes wrong because they'll be close enough that we can hear.
That sounds good to me.
And that way if something goes wrong, we could Elva could, close her eyes, do that thing.
That's right. Paul, is Virgil with us by any chance?
Virgil's with you. I think we confirmed this at the very end of the last game, and I was like, he's dead. You haven't fed him. But
Luckily, he's
no.
a fey creature.
Yeah.
I don't remember Virgil.
Virgil's the seagull.
Seagull. Yeah.
Oh, right.
He's been standing on Robespierre's shoulder, just going, mine, mine, mine.
All right, I'll just say, Virgil, if we get into trouble, I may send you as a sort of a carrier pigeon. Is that something you'd be willing to do?
Virgil does sort of a stompy sort of thing on your shoulder and nods twice.
Okay. I'll pet his beak.
And he does sort of that thing that birds do when they seem to be okay with it, where they'll fluff out and then. So. Okay. I'm going to try music, y'all. So
All right.
let me know if this crashes your...
That is likely to crash me. Everything has been loading slow tonight, but I will let you know if that changes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can give it a go. The worst that happens is I have to reload. Just be aware if I start getting mad when you say here.
Okay.
Oh, that's much better. I'm totally digging it.
Yeah. I'm going to lower it a little for me anyway. Okay. I just like having the background music. I gotta figure out a way to do it where it doesn't crash people's,
I think for battles we need to incorporate the Who, the HU, Who. Are you familiar with them?
No.
Anyone?
Oh yeah.
Are they royalty free? Because otherwise we can't.
No, 100% not.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay. Make that even quieter. There we go. Okay. This is called The Grey Hunt because somebody really likes Critical Role and names all of their music after Critical Role scenes. Okay. So, you guys are leaving the sort of hidey hole, the forward base. Chad lets you know that after thinking about it and talking to you guys and like thinking, oh my gosh, they might be looking for you guys, he's probably gonna douse the fire and cover up as best he can this gate and then take a defensive position himself. And then he's like, so much for my reps. Gonna have to skip leg day again. And then you guys
That tracks.
begin to walk down. Now, are you leading your horses, riding your horses? And I thought I heard a little bit of how you were clustered. Let me see.
Yeah, I think we're trying to stay 60 feet away from each other.
Okay.
And Nubin and I, and well, Gellin will have Pass Without Trace helping us. You guys are too far away for that to
Got
help
it.
you.
Got it. So we'll have Foreshade, me, Robes, and Elva, and then Katha will be flying. So if you think of us all like walking in a line, we'll all be walking parallel to each other, but 60 feet apart, and then the Katha will be another 60 feet
Mhm.
beyond that.
That makes sense.
Can you guys currently see?
Yes.
Okay. Don't want to just take copy and paste. I want to pull one more horse onto here. But I can't find it. Alright. So, I ask you guys to cluster yourselves. I have to pull one more horse onto here. Ooh, it's starting to drag for me.
This one's my horse. I can move it.
Okay, so this one is Gary. So this one here is Gary. This one here doesn't have a token, so I don't know what to do about that. I'll just move it where you tell me to move it. But once you guys get clustered,
You're in a cluster, all
Elva's
right.
with Robes, and where did Robes go?
We're not on a road, right? Like this road is
This
just
is-
really kind of a
This
deer
is just
pathy
so
kind of
I
thing.
just so I have a map. It's,
Mm-hmm.
in case I need one.
I can't move Katha,
No, you cannot.
but Katha should be there.
Okay, and then you,
Or how far away can Katha be from Elva, do you know?
oh, quite a bit, like 500 feet,
Yeah.
I think.
It's Katha went and explored quite a bit.
Then I think we maybe move Katha further over and instruct Katha to make noise.
Kappa's
Ooh.
a
Like to-
fey creature. She can do a little bit of noise stuff, but
Well, but like actively fly into twigs and stuff to create a sense of
you can
tracking.
do the help action for that. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the group, the Nubin and Merryweather, you guys are going to. I need stealth checks from everybody. I'm also going to turn night on.
I've.
Now, it is night. I'm gonna let there be a weather roll for whether or not there's moon and starlight to help out with vision.
Yep.
Harry, you have Pass Without a Trace on your stealth checks, right?
Right, so I'm a 35 and Nubin's a 22 for stealth.
And I'm an 18. Vale's an 18. We're in sync.
Yeah, we are.
That doesn't tell me anything.
And I don't think any of us can roll for Elva, right? Like nobody has access to Elva's sheet.
I can.
Stealth. Plus 10.
Who would like to?
Well, Elva's in your group,
Who
so
would like to be Elva
Oh.
for this?
I'll do it.
Okay. Let me assign Elva.
Oh, I see. You're gonna do it like that way. Okay. Get out of here.
Okay, you should be able to move Elva now.
Okay. So I'll check for Elva.
So my table did not work, my weather table. So I don't know what to do for that. But because I'd like it to be random, I don't want to be like it's cloudy, so you can't see.
Would you roll 66
For what?
for weather?
Yeah, spring weather. Yeah, I rolled
I mean, to give you.
Yeah,
spring weather.
what does it say?
I did look up spring specifically, so let me see if I can find something.
I just
D100 is 66. It's clear skies.
That's what I got too. I just found this table. Probably found the same one. GM binder.
Probably. Yep.
Nice. All right. So clear skies. So, Mary, you can see at disadvantage on perception checks, unless you want to.
I do have that
Oh,
helmet.
you've got the helmet. That's right. You can be wearing the helmet. So, can all of you guys currently see dark vision? Yep. Cool. Okay. So, as you move stealthily, that means you move at half speed. Let me see what other. So from Newman got a 22, Vela got an 18, Robes got an 18, and Elva got a 23. I think Elva still is not at disadvantage because she's wearing basically hide armor. So, okay. So, perceptions from the giants. I'm going to let them make active perception checks instead of against their passive. So, 1 second while I roll that up.
So if giants get dark vision and Furbolg don't, that's an unfortunate genetic thing that we did not inherit from our giant.
Oh, I don't know that they have dark vision. I don't think they do.
I don't know if they do or not, but I was just thinking if they do and Furbolg don't, that would be
sure
kinda
don't.
sad.
So it will be at disadvantage. So the chances of them finding any of you are slim. But let's see what happens.
Could roll 2 crits.
18. 3.
Oh, that one's really heavy.
Yeah. Hold on to your butts.
All right, 18. See anybody?
18 does, yes.
Yeah, would see Vela and Robespierre. So, as you guys are walking down on your horses, moving slowly, carefully, with the advance party 60 feet in front of them, all of a sudden you hear, "Hey, I see people!" And I am going to ask all of you to highlight your tokens and roll for initiative.
You want us to wait till the combat's cleared?
Yeah. They're not this close.
Okay.
I'm just pulling them onto the...
What's our riding arrangement? Vela, are you on the same horse that I'm on, or are you on your own horse?
Of course she is.
I feel like you guys are missing a horse because I thought we
feel like
all
we are
had
too.
horses, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Elva.
Yeah, there should be a fifth horse.
Okay.
I'm not gonna...
No.
Who has?
No, I don't think so. I think Robes, if I'm not mistaken, you sent yours away.
Scrappy
Yeah,
too?
I think Mary came in as a horse.
Did you
Or
guys...
was it Elva?
Horse.
I think one of you guys were like, we're not going to need horses, and slapped it on the ass and sent it packing.
Not sure I
Very
remember
possible.
that. I think there was some horse loss on the way to Neoldra. I think you got fresh mounts. And then I don't remember. I think
Well, maybe
there
I am
was...
thinking of an old encounter.
There was some concern that you guys were going to be going into a fortress and that the horses might not be useful, but I don't know that you actually ended up sending them away. I don't remember that.
No. All I wrote was stealth ride to the cave, and then Hap, a young man, saw us coming, checkpoint. So I didn't really write anything about how many horses or anyone sending horses away. Just that we
Yeah,
rode
I don't have anything at all
stealthily.
about horses.
Okay.
Well, I do have like that. I know I wrote that it was a stealth ride, so I know we came on horse.
Oh yeah, Artax, Scrappy 2, and Brazen are the new horses.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Artax.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Beautiful Wind, Gary, Ember Glow,
definitely-
Artax, Scrappy
Mhm.
2. Yeah.
I have Artax, I remember. You were all very bummed with me.
Hey, Ed's watching. Nice.
Hi, Ed.
Hey, Ed. You can
What's up?
give Winston feedback on how he plays Elva.
Oh god, I'm not playing Elva. Moving Elva's token.
Puppeting Elva. All right. All right. So, now, please, I have cleared the encounter. Please highlight your token. And I know there's a way for me to like insta-do this with all NPCs, but I haven't figured that out yet.
Look at that shit. I remembered how to do it and didn't even have to ask.
Nice work, Tony!
Awesome.
We've only been playing this for 3 years.
Yes, but well, we've only been playing on Forge Foundry for like 8 months or so. So
Okay, still.
might be a year now. I don't know. Okay. Wow, this is gonna be fun because I can't see in the dark either. So my screen's dark. You guys, I think, have advantage on me for that too.
So I'm on a horse with 4 shade then. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, either you or me.
And I would say, Nubin, you're with Gellin because I'm a bigger creature. Like, I'm a big lady, so 2 of you probably would fit
I'm
on
a
a horse
big
better
lady.
together.
Yeah, and I've got Gellin is like definitely got all of my dirty socks in his mouth. And
Oh,
they're tied on there pretty good. And to make sure he can't use his hands, we've got dirty socks stuffed in between all of the fingers, and he is strapped to the back of Gary. Like he is 1 arm and 1 leg on either side of Gary.
I'm
Why
just.
do you have 50 pair of socks, Nubin? This is a bit ridiculous to travel with. Like,
Okay,
I know
I
you
was
have
using
the bag
all of your dirty socks. Everyone's dirty socks are.
The bag of holding becomes a laundry bag. That's nice.
He grew
If
up.
you've
He grew
ever
up in the
done-
mountains.
That's what I did. I just put him in the bag of holding with a
He's-
straw
Oh,
sticking out so he could
No,
breathe.
his back in there.
It doesn't work that way.
a straw.
I just want him to have a straw so he can breathe out of the bag.
I just remember in my first campaign, coming back to D&D, that was just the murder bag. Was just, put him in the bag of holding until he's dead.
All right,
We
he's
used
strapped to
it
the
for
back of
the-
Gary. And just
What
for
were the
kicks,
ones-
his face is also, because his nose, so he can breathe, it still has to be exposed. I've got him backwards, so he's right above Gary's ass in case he farts.
Okay.
Gary, I mean.
Mechanically, just so you guys are, just so that I can manage some expectations in game here. They are unconscious. If they take damage, they go into death saves. So
That's why he's strapped to Gary.
okay.
To keep me from using him as a human shield.
All right. So let's start. Let's get ready to rumble. You're up first, noob.
So I'm gonna
Think it's
suggest to Mary
so weird that
that
you
I'm
can
gonna
see
go
better than
over.
me.
I'm gonna go over and join the fight, and suggest that Mary stay back with the horses and the prisoner.
I should say that you all heard the voice of Hill Giants and then them gathering together. Mary, you understood that he said, "I see them."
Okay.
So. Okay.
Well, do we know their throwing range for these tiny rocks?
Between 60 and 240 feet.
Balls.
240 of those at disadvantage. Anything between 60 and 240 is at disadvantage. And they're already at disadvantage because they can't see in the dark.
Okay, so Noob
So
is
if
going to
that
say,
informs
Mary,
what you guys do.
since you can shoot long distances, why don't you stay back here with the horses and with Jellin with Gellin strapped down here, and I'm going to go up so that I can join the fight in case we need to do anything.
You don't want to just run away? Oh, okay.
Well, I suppose we could just run away if, yeah, maybe. How close are the giants to...
You can't see it anymore, but Winston had run. Oh, well, you can in the
I
chat.
saw it, yeah, I saw
But
it.
I love the cartoon balloons coming out of tokens. It makes me happy.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna. Oh wait, see now having Jellin tied to my horse that way is not gonna help. All right, so he is gonna be backwards still, facing backwards. So I'm gonna be like wearing him like a backpack, but I'm gonna hop on the horse so we can run away.
Okay.
And does the horse have as good of how far can the horse go?
Well, let's find out.
Was the horse.
Okay, if we're going to find out together, we are all back in town. And it took one turn. I guess Mary is stuck with the hill giants there, based on turn order, though.
Hill giant speed is 60, so it can dash for 120.
The hill giant.
I meant-
horse?
Sorry, not the hill giant,
meant
the
the
horse.
horses.
The horse. Sorry, the horse is 60 feet of movement, so it can dash for 120.
All right, so I am going to go. Give me 1 second.
It's actually the perfect music for this. How's the computer, Dusty? It's good? Cool. It's the first time music has worked and not like... I wonder, can you hear it on the stream?
I have lost my ability to see somehow by moving. Mary, how far can pass without a trace work?
I'm gonna turn off the night. Just remember it's night, because I can't see anything either.
No!
I know it's
That's the
fun.
best.
It's sort of fun, but like it's just Hill Giants don't have dark vision, and like for the stream, because I'm not showing it, like everybody's just looking at a gray screen. So, well, not everybody. Ed. Oh, is the music coming through the stream? It's hard to know. I really want it to be. Oh, okay. If you highlight your token, you should be able to see. Like I can see when I highlight Merryweather.
I think it must be because I clicked on the horse. The horse must not be able to
Yeah,
see.
that
Got it.
horse can't see. The horse doesn't have dark vision, so the horse would be moving. You know, it's fine. Not
Okay.
disadvantage, but just.
Mary, how far does pass without a trace work?
Okay, the way it is worded is a veil of shadows
So
and silence
confusing.
radiate from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 bonus. And so, I mean, I guess I always think you have to be within 30 feet.
And I'm gonna just
But
go with Matthew
but that
Mercer
makes it-
rulings on it because it is ambiguous. Like
Yeah.
if you cast it at 30 feet, then everybody should have it until the duration ends and they can go wherever they want. But Matt Mercer's ruled that you still have to stay within 30 feet of the caster. So and
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna stick with that.
I disagree with Matt Mercer,
Well-
but I don't have it anyway, so I'm moot. But
it's either like, I mean, the way I'm hearing it, like if otherwise people coming within my aura for the duration.
But
you know-
but you do have
Oh,
a
no,
limited
I'm
amount of
seeing
people
it.
you can cast that on too. I think there's a maximum number you can cast it on.
Right.
So
right.
like these people can't come into it. Well, I guess I
Yeah.
mean if you had slots available, I guess, but it's
It just says
No.
each creature you choose. There's
Yeah.
no,
yeah.
limitation. So it's a really weirdly worded, like what's in the chat is all that it says when I
Right.
I
looked
didn't
it
put
up.
anything in the chat.
Well, when I cast it, it's in the chat. It's just further up. So,
Oh, okay, got it.
but that's all it says, So,
Oh, Ed
I
hears
mean,
music.
and in battle, like we're not going to move together. So, I don't know. It just seems like a kind of a pointless thing at this point, then, because we're not going to stay within 30 feet of each other in battle because I can't move until my turn. even if we are riding together. You know what I'm saying?
I will
Mhm.
defer to some web wisdom if anybody wants to look it up and tells me something that convinces me otherwise. But the way I
give you
have
my read of it.
the way I have seen it always is that you need to stay within the caster. But even with other DMs I've played with at other tables.
Without looking at Google, I read it as while people are within 30 feet of you, you can give them this gift, this blessing.
So if
And
they
then
leave
they
the
have
30
it.
feet, they lose
And
it.
then no, that you're casting it like in
Yeah,
that moment on that person, and it stays with them, like you're giving them like
I know
a little.
that's a possible read. Yes. The
Right.
other
Would
So
you
that's
like
what
what
you asked for the
I asked for
interpretations from
your
Google, and I was like,
interpretation.
yeah.
Would you like the Crawford?
Yeah,
ruling,
what's
so
the
you can do
Crawford?
opposite?
Yeah, what's the Crawford ruling? I'm probably gonna agree
Craw-
with it on this one.
Pass without trace is meant to benefit you only while you're within the spell's radius.
Yep.
That's
So if
Crawford's
people
ruling.
are coming in and out of that radius, so that's the part I'm not understanding, because it says a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, and it's a concentration spell. So if this is around me 30 feet all the time, if I then ride up to Nubin, he'll be in there again. So that's the piece that I don't that's missing for me. I understand, like,
but you
if
get to
people are
you at the time of
out.
casting, you choose who it is.
But it doesn't say at the time of casting each creature you choose.
No,
It
no,
says for the duration, each creature you choose. You know, that's like the phrasing is just confusing to me because of that.
Mhm.
I
Right. And then with initiative, you can never stay within 30 feet because if he dashes,
Exactly.
and you
Or
can
even
keep up
just
with
move
him on
30
your turn.
feet.
But
Yeah,
that
yeah.
isn't the point of that spell. The point of that spell isn't if you're in combat. Actually, for the most part, the idea is the likelihood of you dropping it by taking damage, etc., because it's a sneaky spell.
Right, but if
So-
you're trying to run away from a fight,
You can't run
And-
and have stealth anyway.
you can't dash with stealth.
No, absolutely in the rules.
So if you just moved stealthily,
You have to actually move at
Six.
half speed in order to maintain stealth.
oh, I don't think I've ever played that way. All right.
It really it doesn't really matter. It's.
I mean,
you know.
I'm just saying the rule on stealth is you're supposed to move at half speed to maintain
No, I know
stealth.
that. I'm
Yeah.
just saying with the spell, like he's gone. No one's around me anyway.
I mean, the thing that I would be cool with on that is you named the person in the spell. If they get back within 30 feet, they've got it as long as you maintain concentration. You know. What's up, Tony?
I meant to stay within 30 feet anyway,
Okay.
so that I could keep the pass without a trace.
Running,
So
you can just go.
I don't want to get so far away as a fighter for this group. I don't want to get so far away that I can't get back. So I'm staying within 30 feet so you can catch up with me, and so the others can catch up with us. So there is a method to my madness. Wah, ah, ah. So I've moved to here, and I don't have anything to hold, an action to hold, so I'm just going to move to here.
Okay.
Paul, you look verklempt.
Oh, I'm not verklempt. I'm thinking. Okay. That's sort of funny being the shoe on the other foot. With not being able to see. Okay. So you move to there. All right. That's Newman's go. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, not for now.
Vela, you're up.
Robes, are you not on your horse
I think I just don't have a token for some reason.
You're right here.
or the horse?
Oh, you don't have a horse token?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get you a horse.
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason there was like a glitch.
Well, there is, because these horses are all like not working, but I have to move them for you. But
Tears. Okay. Scrappy 2. All right.
So, would Scrappy 2 be moving at half speed because it's got 2 passengers?
that's an excellent question, but probably not.
No.
No, I don't think so.
That's a good question.
Somebody can look that up. It would be in the player's handbook.
Okay.
It's funny because in the Giants game I'm playing with Casey, we're on horses all the time because Dawson's playing a Cavalier. And so I have learned so much about horse combat and how to use horses to your advantage.
I have not. I've never learned how to use it right. I don't know. It doesn't look like there are any rules. I just did a quick check, but feel free to Google it up.
So here's the thing with the horses, they can dash and keep moving, and you still have your action and your movement,
Right.
but you can't make the horse move any faster. You're riding, so but you can jump off the horse at the end of the dash and have movement. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the horse's movement, the horse can attack too if you want it to attack. Although a riding horse, I would not advise that. A war horse does have some abilities there. A riding horse, so this is what I've learned. You can move the horse a lot. Like you can dash really fast and then get an attack in, and then sometimes even dash away. But opportunity attacks do play.
How far are these giants? Are they as far away as they show?
They're a little farther, because I ran out of map. But well, let me measure here. They're 100 feet away, and right now the map's showing them at 75. But just so that I can have them on the map, so they're 25 feet farther.
Okay. So I'm going to, for my I'm sorry, is it my turn?
It's Vela's. She just asked you a question.
It's mine.
Yeah,
My
my
question was, is his horse moving at regular speed? Because that impacts what I do.
Well, you guys were moving stealthily, and now you're acting, so he doesn't get to choose to dash before you. So it was moving at stealth speed, so at half speed at the time.
Would Vela know that it can move at regular speed while having two of them on it?
Oh, I see what you're asking. I
don't want to move ahead if he can't keep up.
I think a riding horse can. I'm just gonna impose maybe endurance things on it if you guys dash with two on it for too long.
Okay.
Unless somebody sees something different in the player's handbook. I don't know that they even talk about having two or encumbrance of horses or anything. I don't really want to get into it. I'm just going to make a ruling that I'm going to go into it. Like if you dash with two on it, it's going to hit its endurance. It's going to have to start making con checks.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. So as
That doesn't mean he can't flee for quite a while with two people, just so you know.
right. I am going to have my horse. Oop, I'm on the measuring thing. I'm gonna have my. I can't move my horse. I would like my horse to come up next to him. And. Yep. And as I get there, I am going to hand the reins, like, because reins are usually knotted and longer, so you can flip them over and use them to knot the horse bridle style. So I'm going to hand him the long end of the reins and say something like, "Jump on this. You can dash you can ride here and she can ride there. Just keep hold of both reins." And then I am going to go up.
You go fly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that way he can jump on my horse. Is kind of the idea. And keep hold of the other one so that the horses can continue to dash without any sort of disadvantage imposed.
Hold on. What's the name of your horse?
Artax.
Artax. Okay. Okay. And then let's see if I can find Artax. All right, just so that you guys can start getting control of your horses. But go on, keep going.
No, I'm going to go. I think my fly speed is. It's not in the same space in Forge as it is in D&D Beyond, so I'm trying to find it. Oh, because it's in the cloak. The cloak is what gives me that.
Whatever. I can't give you a.
So I can
I'm just
fly
gonna keep
35 feet.
playing. Okay.
So I have 35 feet. Diagonally. As best as I can, 35 feet.
You can
so,
move your token, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
I just wanted to like. So out of fairness, I guess I would go 25 straight across. I know we don't play Pythagoras, but it still feels super cheaty to go straight up 35 and then forward 35. So
That's fine.
okay, I'm gonna get to there.
That's where you're going? Okay.
Yep, and I'm up 35 feet.
Okay. You can change your height.
Yep, I'm doing that right now.
Okay. All right. So that will bring us to this hill giant. Who? Which one are you? I can't see. No, you're not dead. Ugh. Okay. He's gonna lob a boulder at you guys at disadvantage.
Here we go. Who's he lobbing it at?
Rock.
You. Oh, at disadvantage I rolled a 22.
That's a hit.
Alright.
All right,
It's not
Feign, I
critical.
got this.
God.
Alright, so it doesn't hit you though. It hits your horse.
Oh, gosh.
So the horse, I believe, only has 13 hit points. So I don't remember what this horse's name was. But you
Was
are...
the one I was riding?
Yeah.
Scrappy 2.
Scrappy 2? Scrappy
Yep.
2 is dead.
Oh, damn it.
And that throws you from the horse. So you had not yet put Force Shade on the other horse, right?
Not yet. No.
So
That was my action.
Force Shade is where I can't see.
I don't
think
she's
I
on.
don't
You
think
don't
I
have a token.
I didn't
No.
pull them on. Okay. So Force Shade gets thrown as well. Currently, Robespierre, you are prone.
Got it.
Okay. And that will be that Hill Giant's action. That will take us to the next one, who will also throw Hill Giant. This one will be at Elva.
He was throwing a hill giant, is what you just said.
He's
That makes
throwing
me really happy.
At
Catapulting a hill giant.
disadvantage. 11's going to miss Elva for sure.
Yeah.
And that will bring us to Robespierre, who is prone.
Okay.
On the ground next to Forshade Azoth, who is also prone and breathing shallowly next to him.
What's going on with Elva's? Vela's horse, Artax.
Artax is fine,
Is Artax next to me?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Then I will take half a movement to stand up.
Okay.
I will throw Foreshade on the horse. And if I can take an action to mount.
Yep.
And then just
Okay.
just keep going.
And the horse gets its movement too then, which is fun how horses work.
Yay.
So 5, 10, and it can dash. So
Yeah, let's dash.
So you guys are gonna get all the way to like here.
Oh, is that the way we're going?
Oh, we were going.
I was
up.
following Noob.
Yeah. I was
Okay.
looking at the road as being like the direction. we were
Yeah,
supposed
I'm
to
sorry.
go.
I was like going, all right, you guys are heading east. And
We're being chased, yeah.
And the mountains
Oh.
are to the west, and the road I said was not really there earlier, and so
Oh,
Well, then I bet you
Well, then
would
I
have
think-
gone there, huh, Nubin?
I think Noob would be where Robes is then.
okay, right there,
'Cause-
or no, he flew.
No,
right?
no, where
he-
Robes is now.
Right. Okay.
yeah, I would have gone this way.
Okay. Cool.
I was thinking of the road too.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's
get
so
it. I
hard.
get it. It's not. I needed a map quick, and that's what I had available.
Yeah, no, it makes
quickly.
sense.
Okay.
Slacker.
I'm gonna move myself that direction too because I would not have gone north. I would
Right.
have gone east.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Okay. Then that will bring us to this hill giant, who will also, I think Elva's the best target at disadvantage. They're just flinging rocks. Really. Disadvantage. 22 will hit Elva, but more importantly, will hit Elva's horse.
Elva is going to cast Shield
Okay.
if she has spells. Let me see. Oh yeah. So she's gonna cast Shield. That'll bump her AC up to 24, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So the boulder comes in and she just
Okay.
shield and shatters the boulder.
I did say Elva and not Elva's horse in this case, so
You did.
it will be the rock went at Elva, and Elva bats it away with the shield. Okay. That'll bring us to Elva. What does Elva want to do in response?
Ooh, gosh. Elva, what does Elva have? Okay. Elva is going to cast invisibility on herself and her horse.
Oh, okay.
And then she'll move the horse as far as it'll go.
Okay. All right. Is that Elva's go?
Yeah, I think that's all. I mean, there may be some other stuff I'm not seeing, but we'll do that for now.
Okay. This hill giant's gonna wing a rock at the flying person.
I feel like that should be a disadvantage.
It
Because
is.
it's going to
They're
be
all-
arcing down.
They're all disadvantaged because they can't see. There's nothing. They gain nothing right now by not throwing because they have disadvantage from being in the dark and from throwing farther than their regular range. So it's already disadvantage.
Ooh. I love that. I hate that there's no double disadvantage.
15.
It misses.
Okay.
Pretty sure. I'm double checking.
This
Yeah,
one throws a
misses.
rock. Disadvantage. 15 again. And I think I have one more hill giant. Yep. And I'll just use the same stuff. Attack, disadvantage. 17. Misses? Alright.
Yeah.
So, they fling the rock at flying person. Okay. They can only slightly make you out. Merryweather.
They're throwing rocks. I'm gonna shoot some arrows in that general direction. It'll be at disadvantage
Okay.
because it's beyond. But
Right.
I'm gonna do it anyway. Are they standing next to each other like that?
You do have the horde breaker on them, yep.
All right. I'll try just 3 attacks.
21's gonna hit.
All right. So 10 on the first one, and then I'll horde breaker the guy standing next to
Do
him.
you care
or-
which one?
I don't really. I'm
Okay.
just trying to, deter them a little bit.
You got it. That one takes 10. The guy next to him takes damage as well.
That's a 19 to hit, so yeah. 8. And then I'll go back to the first one and do my extra attack. For 13.
Hold on, something went really crap here. 8 be 97. Okay. All right, and then back to the original one. 13 does hit.
Well, it's a 29 to hit for 13 damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. You hear, oh. And the one goes, I get hit too.
Away. All right. Oh, man. So, who's without a horse right now?
I don't have a horse,
Vela.
but I'm flying.
Vela doesn't have a horse, but she's flying.
Everybody else is horsed.
Horseshade and Gellin are on horses next, Nubin's with Gellin. and then Robespierre's with Foreshade, and they're leading the way, huh?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna go quiet. I'm gonna go dashing, and I am gonna go north. I'm gonna make as much yeehaw!
Okay.
Let's go! You know, and I'm speaking in giant. We gotta get away! You know, as much as I can just to try to be a distraction.
You got it.
So,
Okay, you head towards the north. Everybody else, are you still heading east as Meriwether heads north?
Yeah.
Just as a general, just in case, like, I'll keep us in initiative order, or if you're all going to continue east, I'm going to take you guys out, and I'm going to see if these hill giants follow Mary.
Oh, well, I did have an action I was going to take.
Go ahead.
I'm going to take out a ruby vial, a little bit of my blood in it, and just drop it and summon a snake demon.
Oh, okay.
Snake devil. So I'm just the fiendish spirit.
I remember that guy.
Max 1000 is his name. I don't remember why.
I have to
So,
find him.
He
Max.
should be in there under PCs and PC assets.
Yeah, he is. I remember putting him in here. Max 1000. There he is.
Yeah, I think he's technically well. Let me see. He might be supposed to be a large creature.
Is he supposed to be large? Okay.
Let me check. But regardless, so the concept is I'm just gonna send him and be like, "Hello, friend. Good to see you again. Why don't you go up to do some distractions?" I'm just gonna send him straight into the giants. He can fly 60, so I'm gonna have him dash or suggest he dash 120 feet.
Is he large?
He is a. I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to figure it out. Yes, he's a large fiend.
Okay.
He only has 40 hit points.
Okay.
He's an 18 AC.
And he can move how much?
He can fly 60, so I'm gonna have him full on, just like fly right into the heart of the giants.
Have him go 120?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Maybe I should soften up a little bit, because if he goes 60, he's definitely past Vela, right? Was he right where Vela's at?
If he's from you to there, where he's summoned, 60's right here.
Okay.
Where? But you don't. Do you have a casting? Like, where does he appear? Right next to you?
Oh, good point. He appears. It's a casting range of 90 feet.
So you can actually summon him to be.
Yeah. So cool. So I'll have him fly right over the giant's head, so as close as he can get to them with just his regular movement. So 90 feet plus 60. And then I'll have him just toss a couple fireballs. I mean, they're not real fireballs, but it's 2d. It's my spell attack modifier to hit. So
He can get to here without dashing.
okay, that's perfect.
Okay.
That'll work. Sorry. Oh, why did I drink rum? I can't do math now. I think it's plus 10. No, plus 9. So 20 for the first ball of flames.
To a hit or damage?
To a hit.
That'll hit.
It'll hit, and
Who?
you can do it
What's
3
the area?
times.
What's the area of effect? One creature.
Just one creature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you hitting the same one over and over again?
I'm gonna spread them out. I'm gonna try to freak them out.
All right.
So let me just roll the 3 fireballs.
I got this
so I
guy
can-
here. Just took damage from it.
Okay. This is the second one,
Will hit.
and then this is the third one.
So you just toss these the flies out, and then balls of fire just come throwing out of his hands over these giants.
Yeah.
One impacts this one, dealing the 20 points of damage, and then what do we got after that? Is it 20?
and then-
Is it 20 for each, or?
No, that's just the roll for the
Oh.
damage. It's my bad. So
Okay.
no damage yet. Take that 20 back if you added
Okay.
it.
Yep. Got it.
It's gonna be 3 plus the spell's level, so it's gonna be 2d6 plus 9. Just make life easy on us. Let's just say that each
All
one's
3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please. Oh, 15. Okay.
Yeah, 15 each of fire, and they.
You just want me to
if
hit
they-
all the 3 in a row here?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is one Mary
And
hit.
if the target's a flammable object that isn't worn or carried, it catches fire. I don't know if giants count as flammable objects. Probably not. But
Well, for
Their
flavor,
loincloths are flammable.
for flavor, well, they're described as like coating themselves in bear grease.
Oh
I'm
no,
not
that's
gonna.
not good.
I'm not.
Petroleum is very flammable.
I am not gonna say that all of them are flammable, but I am gonna say for flavor that this one here is really greasy and he's gonna catch fire. So I'll give him R. What is that? R1d6 for the first bit of flame, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's on fire. He's El Fuego. Not El Fuego, but En Fuego. I don't know.
In Fuego.
I don't.
Something about
Gigante en
Fuegos.
fuego.
I do not speak Spanish. I should.
Just say it in French. Robes will understand.
Un Fear or something like that.
I.
Fire and
It's been a long time.
Fear.
A flambe.
Flambe. Oh.
Flambe.
Thank you. I don't speak French.
All right.
Le flamme.
All right. So that happens. Anything you get? The rest of you fleeing to the east? Not fleeing, but just fleeing.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah, I
I was
think-
going north, but
You're going north,
I mean,
and they.
and then I'll catch up with them later.
Okay. I am going to. It's not really a deception check, but they're going to head towards the north. But they have the demon in between them. So we can roll this out, but I'm not going to because I think it's probably pretty clear what's going to happen here. And so they will try to go north. The demon will hit them with fire. They will try to hit the demon. Mary will be able to rejoin everybody. The rest of it. So you guys get away. I mean, unless you want to play out taking down the hill giants, but otherwise we can just say at this point you were successfully able to get away from the steading, which means that we change the music.
The music goes away.
Nope, not that one. I don't want that one. We'll go to,
Bade.
yeah,
Marketplace voices.
there we go. Campfire in the woods. Oh, that's nice ambience. But it's not music.
You need to turn it up more. You have it turned down so far for yourself that I can't even hear it. And I'm evenly split between voice and game.
There we go. This is what you guys hear now. I like that a lot. Okay.
I hear nothing. Oh, there it is.
Okay. So, you managed to get away from the hill giants, who are left befuddled. They think they have to head north, and they're going to report back that you all left towards the big up. And so, you guys head east. I'm going to move us over to Keeland in detail. That's fun. Sorry. I'm getting a lot of the hoot owl, so I enjoy it.
I can't hear hardly any of it.
You can turn
Does
it up on
anybody
your
else
own,
can hear
you?
it?
Can't you?
I can in my
Yeah.
headset, but can people hear it
Yeah.
I can hear
without
it.
turning it up in your headset?
Yeah, I can hear a campfire following us.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a tab for the music. where you
Music,
can-
yeah, we can up it for yourself too. On the forge.
In Foundry, yeah.
I know, I was just trying to make my Arctis do it.
Okay. So, you guys head east. It's ignore the campfire. You don't have a campfire following you, but you are. I think you were deliberately not getting on the road to Crawfield, right?
Correct.
And eventually, I'm not gonna make a roll here.
We were planning to use Ascending Stone here.
Oh, okay. That would be, by the time you guys got there, that's what, 60 miles? What did they say is it 30 miles per hex? I think I said it's 30 miles per hex.
I actually think if it's still nighttime, well, you tell me if it's still nighttime.
Well, still nighttime because you can do this whenever. As soon as you guys get away, I'm gonna say Mary has no trouble finding you guys because she's a ranger, and you guys reconvene. But you guys left from here at the Good Hills, so you're probably by the time sun's up. So you tell me when you want to have what you have happen. You guys will get to about right here on the Zal River. And I said I pinged it as I said here. I will ping it again. There we go.
So
Where? Just kidding.
Over there.
Not doing that again.
I was going to use the dream spell to contact the spy master, but because I was worried that it'd be nighttime, and I'm not sure how the sending zone would go. But I'll just wait because it'll be daytime by the time we get to the point we want to send. Right?
Okay.
Like full on, like middle of the day.
Yeah, it could be. You guys
Yeah.
will need to maybe rest I mean, you are talking about exhaustion for horses, especially those who dashed for a while. Obviously, you stopped dashing at some point and started moving. And if you move stealthily, you're moving at half speed too. So at some point, you probably feel you're quite a ways away from the hill giants and might be able to pick your pace up again. That's up to you.
Yeah, we'll need to rest him.
Yeah. I assumed we would stop for a camp. I mean, listen to this campfire. There's no way we're pussing that up.
It sounds
Okay,
delightful.
so if we stop for camp in the middle of the night, I will use the dream spell to contact the spy master.
Okay. Is that what you guys do?
Is there any disagreement from any of the... Mary, would you be okay with stopping?
I mean, it
For
sounds
a-
like we have to. I mean, we're not going to be able to
Well, we
make
can
it.
exhaust the horses.
Yeah.
We're not going to kill them. They'd be exhausted, but we wouldn't be killing them.
Well, if they get to exhaustion, they take on levels of exhaustion like you do. So,
Right.
and so by the
But they
time
only have one day.
if you kept doing that, well, they have to take a full day's rest to get rid of a level of exhaustion. And they,
Oh, not an 8-hour?
well, it's a full 8-hour rest. So, if you exhaust them, they are exhausted the first day. Then you have to take a full rest. And then they lose the level of exhaustion after that. They can't rest and not get exhaustion if they've incurred it. So if you run through the night, they will have exhaustion, and they will have that first level exhaustion the next day, no matter what you do.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, it wasn't our goal to ride all the way back to Neil Draw. It was just to get away from the hill giants so we could summon the airship, right? Or ask.
That's
you know,
how I
for them
remember
to
what you
get
Yeah.
us. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think we
So
should
we need
keep
one-
rolling until we keep riding until we're at a point where we can call the taxi and tell it where to meet us, and then we rest.
Yeah, I mean, we could set up camp after we call them because it's going to take time for them to get to us, right?
Right.
So, you know,
How far can we get in one day? 1 hex?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
So we started at like the top right corner of the green shield,
You could get,
and so we...
if you ride all day pushing it, you can actually get to where you wanted to. If you guys want to ride through the night and take a level, actually, if you ride without sleeping, you guys haven't rested at all, you will probably incur 2 levels of exhaustion. The horse is only 1.
But we could get here in one night,
Yes.
like to that spot.
we don't necessarily have to
Yeah.
get to the river. We just have to get far enough
Yeah.
that the airship can safely get
Yeah.
us, right?
Yeah, so I think we pause right there at the top of that hex, have a campfire, call the ship, because the ship's going to take a while before... Yeah, like you said, Mary. Like, we can call them and say, we'll meet you there tomorrow. And that
Okay.
way we're not exhausted when we get there.
So you get here,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna ride through the night.
No. You said we could get there...
In
Without
8
going
hours,
into exhaustion.
with a full 8 hours of trying. Like, you guys left in the middle of the night, so you're gonna have to travel a full day's travel to get that far. That's 30 miles.
Got it.
So
So we'd get there.
you'd
How
get
12
long
hours,
did
you
it
said?
take us to get to the? Like, would it have taken 6 days? Is that how long it took us to ride this way?
I think you guys, yeah, I think it actually did, and you rolled really well on the encounters, and you
Oh,
used the
wow.
roads.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
We did use the roads.
Okay.
For some
Well,
reason, I had it in my head. Like, I thought it only took us 3 days to get to the
And
hills, so I was thinking it was a shorter
well,
ride.
you know, Robin,
So,
I remember it
I
being
don't
three
know what.
days too, and that's bothering me because it shouldn't have been 3 days, unless I have the scale on this map wrong, like that. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
I don't know.
seeing the key, and I cannot remember. I thought usually a hex is 30 miles because
I
that's
guess.
about what you can do on a horseback in a day.
I mean, in any case, these guys are going to be.
Huh.
They're conscious. After 2 hours, 4 hours, they're going
That's
to be
true. They
conscious,
are gonna wake up.
and we need to be kind of in good form, I think, in order to be able to, you know,
That
keep
is
an
a
eye on
very
them.
fair point. They would
So,
wake up while you were riding.
right. So I would vote not pushing it. Like, I don't think we should exhaust ourselves or the horses. That would be my vote. So I thought we could get further than we could, but I don't think we're going to be able to get to that pickup spot. I don't know if we'd feel safe having them pick us up any closer to the hills, but it might take us longer to get back based on what
Yeah,
we're finding out here.
I agree. I think we should go a couple hours before Forsyth wakes up
Hmm.
and set up camp and be prepared in case she wants to pull some shenanigans.
She's got a ball gag.
And
When she
No.
wakes up, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
You can spare the dying. Why don't we just keep on knocking them unconscious? I mean,
It's
then we
true.
don't have to worry about it. That is really
It's
not a
like-
merry thing to suggest, though. So
but
maybe I
it
should.
is mechanically 100% correct, so you can do that.
Yeah, I guess I'll suggest it then. So I mean, not to be too crude, but I mean, nothing says that we can't keep knocking them out. Wait, you cool with that?
Waith,
Does
oh,
Waith respond?
oh man, that's like, I don't know, it's sort of harsh, but oh man, troubled times, I guess. I don't know.
Think of it this way,
You
Waith.
said
If
you're
they
a
wake
pretty
up,
good person, right?
think about it this way, Waith. If they wake up, there's a much higher chance we have to kill them than if we knock them out
Oh
before they
man,
wake up.
just feels
And
like we wouldn't have to do either, really, if we just maybe talk to him first. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I appreciate you consulting with me. I feel heard. This is nice. But I'm gonna go with you on this for now.
Okay.
All right.
All right, and I'll crack my knuckles and I'll just get ready to just sock Foresight and Foreshade in the
Foreshade.
face.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we should knock Foreshade out because she can spellcast. But I think it'd be cool if before we knock Gellin out, he gets to see us knock out Foreshade, and then
Oh, God.
maybe he'll be willing to answer some questions,
So
and we
dark.
can let him know he's gonna get. Well, it's not that dark.
I didn't say it. You didn't hear that. That was the DM. That didn't actually get said.
Like, we're gonna knock him out anyway. Maybe we get some thoughts from him first, and then maybe I have some time with Dalt to decide if I use some of Dalt's power tomorrow to help encourage him to say other things.
You're talking about your truth spell, right? Not
Well, I have other things that I just haven't used because it's weird to take away free will. So I thought maybe if we give him the opportunity to use free will and he's not willing to consider the best interests of the world, then maybe he doesn't get to have free will anymore. It's like imprisoning people. Like sometimes it's just better for the world if we take away the free will and put them in jail and let them sit and think about what they did for a while. Time out.
Okay. But there's a bit of math problem. Well, we would know that, right? What if Foresight wakes up, or Foreshade wakes up before Galen wakes up?
We
Can
just
I
knock
just
her
hit
out.
somebody with my hammer?
Yeah, you can hit Foreshade because we know we don't want to talk to her because she can't talk without casting a spell. She would just kill us. So it doesn't matter. There's a moose. There's a very large moose.
It's a giant elk.
He can go all the way to the capital in one day.
One step.
That's like 3 steps, yeah.
We walked all the way to Mordor and you could have just picked us up and carried us?
I'm gonna wild shape into that creature.
You've seen it. You totally can.
All right, you guys are right here. Is kind of it won't.
We're so funny.
There, that's where you're at. I just wanted to have
I
a
think you
token,
can
and I picked
hold-
an elk for you.
You can hold the Alt key to make
Oh,
it not be
not snap.
in a
Okay.
square. Yeah, I think it's Alt.
Nope.
Alt or Control or Shift. It's one of them.
That scene
Shift.
is exactly why we will only watch movies with my mother-in-law when we've already seen them.
The giant eagles.
Yeah, we were in a theater, a very crowded theater, opening weekend, and she's a very avid reader, and she'd read the books and everything. And just before that happened, she goes, "Oh my God," and out loud, "Oh my God, the giant eagles are gonna swoop in and pick them up." And I swear to God, we looked at her as angrily as everyone else in the audience, because that theater on opening weekend was full of a bunch of nerds that were waiting for that scene and were not happy about somebody just blurting it out.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Conversely, I was in the opening night of Revenge of the Sith, and at one point, Padme says, hold me like you did on Naboo when all we had was our love." And I said, "Jesus Christ," really loud. Jesus Christ, that's terrible. So, I
That's funny.
couldn't stop myself. That's terrible dialogue. That is terrible,
terrible
dialogue. It's also, offensive to people of faith. But I could not stop it. It came out. Anyway, yeah, that was so bad. Hold me like you did on Naboo. All right, so let's play this out. Because you guys, there's a lot of things happening here. You guys break for camp. Now you break for camp. Foreshade was only out for dose hours, and Gelen was 4, or is it the other way around?
I'll look and see. I don't.
I did not write it down.
Okay,
I wrote it down, but it was pages ago.
Oh,
Yeah. Because I saw it before, but I didn't. After I said it out loud, I didn't keep it in my brain. So.
Winston, I'm gonna need you to not look and roll a perception check.
yeah.
Well, you can look, but I want you to roll a perception check.
Foreshade out for 2, Gelen out for 4.
Okay.
All right. Me as Robespierre. Perception check.
Yep.
Oh,
No, you as Winston.
Not you as Winston.
Be Elva.
We're trying to figure out how much you've had to drink.
14.
14 drinks.
Yeah.
No, 14 will clear it this time because it's been tightening on you ever since you got close to them in the cave.
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't paid attention, but the bracelet that you're wearing is constricting.
Mm.
Now I need you to make another Arcana check.
All right. 18.
you become aware that there's a feeling of lightness. It's emanating from the bracelet. It's making you feel it's magical. You understand this maybe through your connection with the Weaver, that there's you have the distinct feeling that at this time it would be very difficult to restrict your movement.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So, like, it would be difficult to restrict his movement. Like, he has no control over his own movement, or he has like free walking.
He has the
He
spell
might be able to
freedom of
break
movement
out of things.
going on. He might be able to break bonds easily.
Hmm. Interesting.
But does that mean she has it too?
Yeah, well, that's a really good point, Paul. Would I make that deduction that this may be like we're powering up because we're all next to each other?
Certainly a possibility. Do you want to check anything?
Yeah, I have that, and I guess like what I'm going to be thinking about is this is happening, and I'm sensing the magic. I'm getting the information, and now it's more like, can I connect the dots about? Do I suspect enough that she may be getting that same benefit to the sense that she could break out of her bonds and get away?
Perhaps it occurs to you that this tightening on your wrist corresponded with this potential new ability, and so you check the diadem on her head?
Yeah.
Okay. Upon careful inspection, you see that there is actually a slight trickle of blood over her left ear where it is dug into her skin.
Mm-hmm.
And I will call your attention to that. Not that you're gonna... I'm just gonna... Note takers. Hers looks deeper in the skin than yours does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If there's a trickle of blood, does that mean there's a room to get a little knife in there so we can start cutting it off?
Are you looking? Nope. Are you aware of this? Are you...
No, I'm not aware of it. I was just thinking
I'd
Mary
share
would
it.
never let me scalp her anyway.
You're calling attention? Yeah, she's maybe stirring a little bit. So if you're all like standing over her, you could call the attention. I am assuming you have some kind of light source at this point, because you'd all, even with dark vision, you'd have disadvantage to see these things.
Yeah.
Or Elva would probably have cast light on some rock. On Katha. Katha's splitting around the bank campfire.
Okay. Well, if you have a campfire, you can see.
Well, I'm just assuming we have a campfire based on the audio.
I just like the audio for the owl. It makes me happy.
Seeing her stirring a little bit, Noob's gonna pull out his sword.
Okay.
And just kind of smack her with the flat part of the blade
All right.
to knock her back out.
She will take death saves on her next turn.
Oh no, I'm just trying to put her out. Like
I know.
Didn't she say she woke up?
Nope, she just was stirring.
I'm sorry. I want to do that after she wakes up. I thought she was stirring.
Okay.
I don't know how you.
Yeah.
I don't know how you
Yeah.
stir before
No, that's
you
fine.
wake up.
That's fine.
so-
That's fine. She still seems unconscious, but she's starting
Okay.
to. I was trying to actually telegraph not too long until she wakes up.
Okay, I'm gonna stand there with the blade like this, the
Yeah.
flat part,
Yeah.
because I want her to wake up and see it when I smack her with it.
Okay. Anything? Anybody
We're
else?
the best.
Winston has stepped away, and now seems like an okay time for a bio break. Is everybody?
Yeah, his dog needed a bio break. That's why he stepped away.
Okay. Is everybody okay with us taking a 5-minute bio break? Because that just seems to make some sense at this point.
Ed, are you good with it? Can you bio break with us?
Okay, we have about a 10-second delay on the stream, and I don't know how, like, he's in Door County in a cabin, so no idea whether or not. Yeah. By the way, Ed is in Door County.
Which campsite for all the other bots that are listening?
Yeah, I was gonna say. According to the stream, we have 3 people watching, 3 humans, and that would be Robin, Ed, and I. But I see Winston's watching too, so it should be 4 at least. Maybe I don't count.
why I get
I
to
don't.
chat.
I don't count. So the 3 watchers are Winston, Robin, and Ed. Okay. Just all right. We'll go take. Sorry, we just decided to take a bio break. Yeah, sorry.
So good.
So we're gonna take a 5-minute bio break. We'll be right back, and we'll pick up with. And I'm gonna say this: you guys are aware that she's about to wake up, and Nubin is standing over her with the flat of the sword in a threatening position, hoping to knock her out at just the right time that she can at least see him do it. Is
Big
that
smile on my face too.
all right? We'll be back in 5. All right. welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Ed? Anyway, uh, where we left off, the party was aware that there was, the beginning signs of Forshade Asoth coming to consciousness. They haven't seen those signs in Gelen, and so they sort of have been paying attention to Forshade. Nubin taking a sort of offensive slash defensive position over her with the flat of his sword, ready to basically put her back into an unconscious state should she wake up.
How much time do we think we have till she wakes up?
It's hard to say. You want to make a medicine check?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I don't do it with that thing. I was gonna do it in D&D Beyond. And then remember, that's not how you do things. Medicine.
Do you think probably within a minute or two?
I feel like we should hit her. Like now. Because if she wakes up and she can move around like Robes can move around, as soon as she wakes up, she's not going to be here anymore. I think you should just hit her. I know it's not my proudest moment. Don't judge me.
But if I hit her now, then we'll have to spend magic to keep her alive.
Eh,
I mean,
maybe.
if you hit her now because she's unconscious, but she's not unconscious. She's just stable, right? Right? Like, I mean,
She's not in death saves. She's stably
Right.
unconscious. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I
Just
mean,
she has hit
Bela
point.
knows how to
She actually currently has
stabilize.
1 hit point. So.
Right. She's just
Right,
not.
like if she starts dying, I can just spare the dying and make sure she doesn't actually die. Or I could just let her die. I mean, it would be okay if she crossed the threshold, right?
I mean, do you think it'd be easier to take that thing off her head if she was dead? What if she's only dead for a short period of time?
As you guys have this conversation, she's stirring a little more.
Knock her out, noob.
Whack!
All right. She takes damage, and if she doesn't get stabilized, she will start making death saves.
I look at Vela.
Yeah, so do I, because she's the only one.
I think maybe some a bit of stabilization would be good, huh?
Spare the dying
You
will
really think so?
stabilize her, or you can do a medicine check to stabilize her.
You really think it's worth it?
I'm gonna roll her
Want her to
first
die?
death save.
I mean,
She is dying.
do I want her to live? I think is the better question.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi,
I
5
think,
Mississippi, 6 Mississippi. She's failed her second death saving throw. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi.
Fine.
4.
I put my hand on her forehead and spare the dying.
Okay. I don't care what you guys do. I just didn't want it to
Oh, I
be
know.
where you
I
would
was-
have an
I was just
unending
looking-
conversation about
Rose
it.
was looking at me, and I just.
And I just melted. All right. So she is stabilized. She make a medicine check, Vela. Because I'm gonna not tell you guys how long they're out anymore unless you make a medicine check. So how do
Again, with the wrong window, Dusty.
how
Wrong
do I
window.
how do I whisper to myself?
You do on the drop down next to in the chat area. You do private. Change the drop down
Where's the drop down? I don't know what
Where
you're
you're-
talking about.
in the chat window. Next to like where the dice are for the rolling,
Yeah,
bottom right corner.
yeah. I have roll
Do you have
and a
things to say?
bunch. I have roll and a bunch of dice because I might have a module you're not using.
Go up higher,
Okay.
above the little window.
Is there a pull-down menu that says
There should be a
public
drop
roll?
down.
Oh, public. Good lord. Thank you.
Hmm.
That should have been
That's the
really,
one.
really obvious.
It's all right.
All right.
There's still, for some reason, that throws my whole being off. There are no initiative. There's no way to roll for initiative on a character sheet for an NPC. And I swear I'm not blind.
On
You
an
have to do it
NPC?
from the combat window. You have to do it from the combat. You have to like come in here and go to the
Oh.
like click on their token and junk.
I always do it that way anyway because I think I just find it faster to put them all in there and then just go click, 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 and go down. But
Oh. Usually
Um,
I'm staring at their character sheet.
okay, Vela, you get the
Anyway.
sense with an 18 that she'll be out for about 3 hours.
All right, I think Ellen is probably going to wake up before she comes back up. But I really think we should decide if it's worth keeping her alive at all. So maybe that's some of the questions that we ask Gellin when he
Prior
gets up.
prior to all this, I want to make sure I'm setting the scene. You guys are camping right now, right? You have camped for the night. You have settled down for the night because you were concerned she would wake up. So you settled down, maybe not for the night, but you are taking a rest, resting the horses. What's your intention? Are you guys planning to try to take a long rest? Are you planning to stay here until morning? It's now like, if you guys have gotten as far as you've gotten, it's close to morning right now, actually, right? No, because you stopped before she woke up, so you guys would actually be more like right here.
Vela turns to Robes. What are your intentions?
My intentions, in what sort of context? Inside job.
Oh, just,
23.
Oh, man.
That's the best inside I've rolled in a long time.
Before you guys play this out, let me set a scene and tell me if like you guys rode away and you found a little clearing. You're in a small copse of woods. Most of this area is open plains, so you have some shelter. You're nowhere near the main roads. You're following along the river a little bit. The river's a couple miles Mary feels to your south, to the south, not to your south, to everyone's south. And you're in a small copse of trees, not maybe, on a small knoll.
There's a dog.
Not the creature, but the geological formation. And it's got not a ton of cover, but some cover. Better than anything you see for miles going in any direction, because as you see on the map, you're on sort of a plains.
If only we would start to travel through forest, I'd actually be helpful. We'd be able to go a lot faster and all kinds of things. But every
We
place
are
we
going
go,
through forests. We're
no,
just
it's
in
a
a copse.
plain. It's a plain.
But he
with
said it's a
one little
copse.
thing of trees,
Oh.
and we were in hills.
I would not call this a
So-
forest environment. If I were rolling a random encounter, I would be using plains.
Man.
We would be able to
Or hills, because you're right on the side of hills, too.
travel a lot faster and still be sneaky. But that's okay, that's all right.
I can't actually express how much I love this sound effect. I really do.
It is pretty good.
It's making me happy. Okay, so you guys are camping. You just knocked her out. You have some time for discussion. It is probably, at this point, a half day's travel. I'm going to say 4 in the morning.
Okay. Intentions are, I assume you mean with these two?
Yeah, totally. Of course. Yeah, that's obviously what I meant.
Well, the king, he wanted to speak with them, so I think we are best suited if we keep them alive. But the most important thing is that we get the diadem and the bracelet off. I think that there's something important to... Well, no, we know for a fact, right? Like, we need to... These are the... what I've seen in my visions, so...
Yeah, you are very well aware that these, whatever they seem to become, these web-like chains, jewelry chains, are critical to something.
So
The Weaver
something
wishes you'd
Mary
stop.
said something Mary said really kind of makes me wonder if we want to spend 100 gold pieces. Because Mary said, do you think it would be easier if we could get the diadem off if she was dead? And if you've been attuned to something before and you die, the attunement goes away, right? So if we let her die, take it off, and then I can just revivify and we can go from there. And then we don't have to worry about her like breaking bonds or spitting out her ball gag and, you know, plane shifting.
Double check Revivify for how long you have.
I think it's 1 minute, right?
What? I think it's within a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically right away.
Yeah.
Right, so we just need her to be dead, take the diadem off, and then I just heal her.
Well, I've never seen you do that before, but
Or maybe... So I have this other one that I've done before, like, as a prank when I was a teenager. It was not... Well, I didn't do it as a prank, but somebody I know did it as a prank. I couldn't. I wasn't really cool enough yet. But they did it as a prank, and it wasn't very cool. So really... Anyway, it makes you fake your death. So you can go into, like, this cataplectic state. And...
Catatonic?
Like... No, it says cataleptic on the,
Oh,
on the spell.
cataleptic, okay.
Yeah. So, like,
not familiar
even
with
when
that
they
term.
were dead and I tried to figure out if they were dead, they, like, I couldn't tell that they weren't dead. So maybe if we just try that on her, the
Oh.
diadem won't know she's alive either. Because I mean, I could just do it. I could totally just do it, right? I have to have a
Is it
spell.
is it a spell component that is odd, that costs money?
No, I'm just trying to see if I have it prepped. But I think I have it prepped. I'm good. I don't
even
it's
know
not
what
a weird
spell
thing.
you're talking about.
So I'm going to cast ritually the Feign death spell. I'm just going to sit here while they're talking, and give it a go.
I think the only catch is I think they have to be willing.
She's not unwilling.
No, no,
That's not consent,
no,
I'll tell
that's
you.
not consent, and that is super spooky. Oh man!
Oh my god! Literally every single one of my Title IX hackles.
Yep,
just went,
I know. I just flipped out.
Wow.
Just clarifying, I know that's not consent. Just so we're clear.
Yes.
And in a court of law, I would be very unhappy if somebody said that. But I would also never say, let's just kill this person to get a crown off their head.
Exactly.
Right.
So we're clear.
Okay.
I
This is
didn't, and
not
I didn't
funny.
necessarily say that either. I'm just saying, if it's important for us to get this, what if the only way is for her to be dead?
I am casting this ritually while they're chatting through the rest of this, just in case.
She
'Cause
might
Okay,
be
what
willing.
is-
she's
what-
willing.
what-
Maybe she wants the thing off of her head.
You don't know. Yeah.
Can't we just cut it off?
What
Her head?
what are
It's
the
the top of it.
what is the spell component?
I put it in the chat.
Okay.
There.
Pinch of graveyard dirt.
Oh yeah, I imagine you
Yeah.
have a ton of that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, while she starts casting, I mean, and she's casting it ritually, so that's 10 minutes of her sitting and ritually going around. You know you have roughly 2 hours of Gellin still unconscious. Anything you guys wish to do, as Vela cannot do anything at this point because she is ritually casting this spell.
I will say I'm very exhausted. I need at least a bit of break. So if you want to do this, I trust you, Vela. I trust the rest of you in making your decision. I'm gonna go take a seat. I'm just gonna go basically take a short rest
Okay.
while they're sort of like figuring out their things, just in case shit goes pear shaped.
All right, and Winston, I'm going to hold on you doing any spell stuff because something could happen within the next hour. So we'll see what happens.
I will say that I'm gonna watch her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, she's unconscious, right? Like strongly unconscious.
You're
Like for 3
fairly
hours.
certain, and Vela did a medicine check and was pretty confident.
Yeah, I'll just rest.
Okay.
And when it happens, it happens.
You can watch somebody and rest. It's if you have to take any actions because of that. Okay. What are Nubin? Well, Elva, I'm gonna say, unless somebody has a better idea, Elva will just sort of comment that whatever. I mean, I think Ed plays Elva as practical with this sort of thing, and
The thing that Ed said, though, last time to both Robespierre and after was that Gellin is under his protection.
that's right.
I don't know how he feels about Foreshade, but he took Gellin, and he's
That's right.
very like
That's true.
I don't think Elva would be okay with any harm coming to Gellin
Until he gets
based on
justice,
what he
until
said.
he gets the justice of the king. That's right. Yep, I remember that.
So I'm sorry, Ed, if that's not 100% accurate, but that was my take on
We'll see if Ed is
Elva.
still able to hear us, but if not, we'll play it that way because that's how I recall it too. I think you're right. And so,
I would like to cast Hunter's Mark at 5th level on Gellin, just as a way to help track him if like chaos happens and he slips off.
okay,
So
can you
I'm
pop
gonna
that
do that.
in? What does 5th level? What does upcasting med do?
It just gives me a chance to, if I'm concentrating on it, it'll last for 24 hours instead of just 1 hour.
And you
And it
always
gives
know where they are, right? Like,
no, it just gives me advantage on any wisdom, perception, or survival checks to find the creature.
okay,
It's nothing too fancy, but I just
that's fine.
doesn't hurt.
Yeah, especially right before a rest potentially. All right, Nubin. You knocked her back unconscious. Then Vela assumes a meditative position and begins pulling out graveyard dirt and making divine symbols over the body, the unconscious body of Foreshade. Elva has taken up a protective position near Gellin. Merryweather.
And I'll explain to Elva. I'm not hurting him. I just want to keep an extra eye on him. I'm not exactly how I'm just really focusing and kind of bonding with his aura. I don't know.
I think that.
It just makes it easier to track him.
Oh, I think that's wise. I agree with that. And then you see Robes has sat by a tree and is resting near the tree. What are you doing?
I'm gonna ask Robes, as a user of magic, do you believe that if this person dies, we will be able to remove this circlet from her head?
Paul, would I be knowledgeable enough about attunement, like everyone suggests, and cursed items and that kind of thing, to have a sense of that?
Well, you've been around a number of them, as has Noobs, obviously. In fact, you all. So I will let it be an Arcana check.
Okay.
I know that's not your strong suit, but
Okay.
you know. In fact, you're able to speak with Newbin and use his relationship with the Sword of Vengeance and say that the attunement creates a bond. And if that bond is missing one side of the tether, it falls. If that weren't to be the case, this would be a strange item indeed.
So then it should have already fallen off. Because she was dead and had to do 2 death saves, or does she have to go all the way dead to fall off?
The way the
Gotta go.
game's written is you gotta go all the way dead. You gotta fail all 3 to be dead.
Yeah, because she was just technically unconscious.
Yep.
She wasn't dead.
Tony, I think you froze for me. Oh, no, you...
Oh.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see you. I see you. Tony goes wiggity wiggity whack. Alright. Is anybody gonna take the benefits of a rest other than Robespierre?
I can't.
I know.
I mean, a short rest. Yeah, I think I would if we're just sitting here. I might
Yeah,
as well.
once you cast Hunter's Mark, you can begin your short rest. Okay.
I don't actually need to, so
Okay.
I'll stay away.
If you take no rests, you will encumber.
What?
You will take on 1 level of exhaustion for the next day.
Oh, well, then I'll short rest.
Okay. Okay. All right. Go ahead. I'm gonna say both Nubin can take the short. Ropes can take the short, and so can Merryweather. 10 minutes later, the spell casts, and you begin to feel. I'm Dusty. Can you hear me? Did you just step away?
I'm here. The dog's just trying to decide what he wants about life.
Yeah, he's got Alexed. So you see sort of this bluish green light go through the graveyard dirt surrounding the body of Forche de Soth. Sort of a stiffening of her body, like the whole feeling of light as a feather, stiff as a board. And the body rises ever so slightly, and then there's a rejection, and the spell fails. She falls back
I guess we
into
just have to
like
kill
a
her.
fitful sleep.
I think, well, I mean, all of you are sitting patiently and nicely and very cute and still. So just while you're sitting there putting your thoughts in order, perhaps consider the idea that if we want to get this thing off of her, we might just need to either cut it off, which might kill her, or kill her, let me bring her back from the dead, and then she wouldn't have it anymore. But I can just try cutting it off while you're resting if you want, and if she dies, then I can bring her back and it'll have fallen off, and it'll be perfect. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Bela, I'll take care of her if you don't mind. This would be after the rest, I'm guessing.
You can talk to me.
Yeah,
while you're
well,
resting.
I'll just say, like, if you want me to do the deed, I don't mind.
Why?
Oh, I don't mind sending people to their death. That's fine. I just don't like making them half dead and half alive. That's where the problem comes in.
Okay. trust you.
Nubin, why? Nubin wonders aloud to everyone, why is it that suddenly we are the ones that need to remove this from her?
Well, unless we take it off of her, when she's awake, we will lose her. So we'll have to just keep knocking her out, which I suppose we can do, but I really feel like we shouldn't deliver her to the king this way. It's kind of like bringing him an open threat.
And Robespierre, aren't you looking for those things? Don't you have a call from your patron to find them?
Yes, we need to collect them, for sure. So I'm most worried about the one that touched you for shade. I see what she can do. So if she gets away with it, we will have a problem. So I am in favor of taking drastic action, I suppose, as long as Vela is confident that she can bring her back.
Yeah, I don't want her to be permanently dead. So I think temporarily is okay, especially since she's unconscious. She won't even feel anything, really, at
Well,
this
we could
point.
just keep knocking her unconscious during the drive, walk, ride, whatever, and then let the king decide if that's how he wants it to
I
go.
have a feeling if we bring her back with this thing, he's not going to want to give it away to Robespierre quite so easily. I think if
Oh,
we
so
want
you're
it,
saying we don't tell the king that she had a thing?
I'm just saying it's going to be a lot harder to
Uh-huh.
get it once it's in the king's hands.
Right. It's not taking away his free will if he doesn't know that he had a choice to begin with.
I don't really think it's, I guess I don't even think of it as a free will issue.
Well, he can't express any discontent if we
It's
didn't.
more about asking for, forgiveness rather than permission, maybe, if he finds out about it.
Well, he did say he just wanted her, and he didn't
That's
say
true.
anything about a crown.
In fact, I think he might have said we could take anything that we found.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's right. Spoils of war.
While they're talking, Newman's going to walk over and he's examining that little spot where it's already bleeding to see if there would be a way to get a knife or a dagger in there to start cutting.
Give me an investigation check.
As soon as I wait.
Or
can
medicine,
he
your
do
choice.
that? Can he do that and keep his short rest?
No, that's true.
So do you want to wait until your short
Well,
rest is
let
over?
me actually.
I was kind of, but based on what you guys were all talking and stuff, or can we talk during a short rest?
You
We're
can
not asleep?
you can
talk.
totally talk, but you can't do actually a skill check. Let me actually bring up a point. I just read the rules on exhaustion, and so I'm gonna modify the rules if you guys are cool with it. It's basically you have to have a long rest, or you encumber. You take on exhaustion. I will let you take a short rest and make a con save to see if you can not have exhaustion that round, because you're distinctly resting right now. But I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like I'm wussing out on that. I feel like if you guys don't take a long rest, you should have the exhaustion.
Yeah, I took the short rest because it gives me a wild shape. And
Yeah, I think you guys are gonna have the exhaustion next day. Yeah.
If we keep going.
Yeah, if you keep going. Yep.
Yeah,
if you don't,
I just did it for
if
my
you-
spell slots.
If you don't do a long rest within 24 hours, and you guys haven't taken a long rest, you're getting close to 24 hours, you will encumber one level of exhaustion. Which isn't the most awful thing in the world. It gives you disadvantage on, I think, skill checks. So.
Yeah. That's get bad if you get more than one.
It gets real bad real fast.
And you can only drop one a day, I think.
Right, so if you get 3, you're like sitting there for 3 days
3
trying to drop
days.
exhaustion. Yep. So exhaustion can be grim. But if you guys are willing to risk it, I just want to put that out there as a mechanic.
I think it depends, but I think let's resolve the force shade issue.
Okay,
and then I
sorry.
think we
I
can
just
have a
I just
conversation.
wanted to make sure the mechanics were there. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Oh, good. All right.
So
It kinda
speaking of
depends.
mechanics, I have I have a diamond for Revivify, but it is not dusted.
That is
So-
a issue.
Okay. So I will point that out to the party and be very clear that I don't have a great way of turning this diamond into diamond dust.
Didn't we do that the last time we were in
I
a place,
feel
though?
like
Didn't
you
we...
actually took care of that, Dusty.
Yeah.
I think you
Yeah.
you
I think you
actually
did.
you and
Revivify.
Nubin actually went around and got your diamonds dusted. Yeah. That sounds awful, but that's what happened.
I know this came up like way early on when you got the
Yeah.
spell,
No,
because it was
I think you have actually. I think you have 3 diamonds worth of.
Yeah,
If
I
I'm
do too.
recalling, I'm recalling
I
you.
do?
Yeah, I feel like you
I
have
remember this,
3
yeah.
diamonds worth of dusted diamond. I feel like you should have that on your sheet. And it's not in my advantage to tell you that, but I am almost 100%
I
certain
feel like
that
you're
you
right
did
too.
that.
I just don't have it. down,
No,
apparently.
there was a whole thing in the styes.
When we were in the
in the
styes
styes where you and Newbin went around trying to find somebody who would crush these diamonds, and you got them. And it took you a long time
Okay.
because you failed your perception checks to find somebody who could do it, and then you did, and you got 300 worth.
Okay.
Is that anybody else? Tony, you remember that, right?
I remember
do.
this
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
But I didn't want to cheat.
No, you're not cheating. That is
And-
100% what I remember.
Okay. Okay.
You spent
Oh,
you actually spent time
awesome.
making sure you had that. So yeah.
Cool. Okay. Then I won't bring that up with the party.
Okay. I am. Nope, I'm not gonna do it yet. Okay. So, are you going to offer to revivify her?
Yeah, I totally have offered that.
No. Offer. Like kill her.
To her?
No.
Oh, off her.
Yes.
That's 2 words. Not
Yeah.
offer OFFER.
Yeah.
And
No.
then offer it.
Maybe we should move Gellin, Elva and I.
Should
move
we-
Gellin a little?
Should
Okay.
we wait? Should we wait till Gellen's awake?
No, I don't think so.
Because
Why do that? That's just not no.
to show how gracious we are. Like, we know
All right.
that this thing is causing pain. It's making her bleed, and so we're going to kill her so that we can remove it, and then we're going to bring her back to life. And if he wants, we can do the same thing to him.
Reminder of mechanics for those who don't know. If somebody is unconscious and you stab them, they've auto-failed 2 death saves.
Uh-huh.
But they still have 1.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Just reminding you of mechanics.
So do I just have to stab her twice?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Go up to stab her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stabby.
I
Ooh.
thought we
Maybe
were going
we'll
to try to
have to do
cut
it
this thing
together.
off first.
Yeah, I just
We
think
can, but I think we could do it while Gellen's awake, and then have it be like a great.
I'm going to vote
motivational-
very strongly against that. I think
Elva
either
would too.
treat it as weakness, or
That's
it
a
would
bad
be
idea,
torture, and then he would know we have it. I just think it's a bad idea. I'm sorry, Vela.
No, that's fine. I think you have a good point. If he doesn't know that, we could just say it fell off.
Oh, nothing. Sometimes silence is the best answer.
Well, in case
Yeah.
we didn't see it, it must have fallen off on our way out of the cave.
But if these things kind of attract each other, it's probably better to keep him away. If we're gonna have a rogue one potentially, I don't know. I don't know how it works, but maybe Elva and I can just go over on this side of camp.
While you're resting, what are we doing with it once it's off her head?
Yeah. I think this one should go into the bag of holding.
Think it will hold it? If we put them all in there, do you think they'll all do crazy things and like attach themselves to stuff in our bag of holding?
I don't know if maybe Robespierre, you can ask your patron next time you get a chance to talk with
Contact
her.
other plane. That's always fun.
I could after I finish this rest.
That seems like a good idea to find out the answer. I don't want to take it off her head till we know what we're going to do with it.
Well,
I'll hold on to it.
rarely- well, I don't know, but you
I don't feel like that's such a great idea.
until we
It's
know
making
if
her
it's
bleed.
safe, right?
Like it's like embedding itself in her skull. You already have a talking sword. I feel like we're pushing your luck a little bit.
I'm kind of curious. I want to see what it does in relation to the other wrap. Because if it's an attunement item, I couldn't even attune to it if I wanted to.
Do you want to look at Gellen's?
Sure.
Wait, Gellin has one too?
Yeah.
The bracelet, right?
That's why I'm
That's
saying
why
let's
we're
move
checking,
away
yeah.
from each other.
Yeah, you are.
Oh.
You have one you got from Dory, right?
That's on Robes' wrist.
That's on Robes.
And currently not removable.
Cora has one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ang has one. Aang has one. You know that there's one on Foreshade. And you know there's one on Gellin. That's 5.
There were 9 total? 13 total?
8.
8. Let's just start saying numbers.
Spider 8.
8.
47.
42. It's the mystery of life. No, there are 8.
Yeah.
There are 8.
It'd be a fun thing. I had 42 MacGuffins.
42 MacGuffins.
Never see that.
We'll just go on forever. We'll play this game until we're all dead.
Well, someone's wearing 39 of them, so
That it
that'll
works
be
out.
fun.
It works out. All right. Yeah. Nope. You are aware. You are personally aware of 5.
Got it. Okay. Well, after what I'll offer up, I'll say this. Listen, I'm happy to put it into the bag of holding. I'm happy for both of you to carry it around. I will say that I'm nervous to let someone else get access to it. So as long as they don't know it's in the bag, I'm comfortable keeping it in there. But I would like to hold it and take a look at it and see if it has any connection to the one that I'm wearing.
What happens when you put your hand, like if you hold hands with Gellin, does anything change?
Sure, I'll hold his hand.
Well,
Okay.
now something's changed.
Make a perception check.
Well, post short rest. Is that cool, Paul?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do any rolls? Okay.
No, that's fine. We've already done it.
Perception check.
Now it's 5 in the morning.
Correct.
All right. Your as you hold his hand, and I'm gonna say you're holding the hand that, so your bracelets, they pull ever so slightly towards each other, but do not disengage. You can feel a magnetic pull towards the bracelet, and his hand, like rigor mortis, grips your hand.
All right, I'll tear my hand away.
You just pull it away, and he starts to shake and convulse a little bit as you pull your hand away. He's got an hour left, I think, on his.
Well, that was interesting to watch. I think maybe we don't put the crown on your head.
I'm not gonna put it. I'm not gonna put it on my head. I just want to see it and examine it and see.
Yeah.
But
Did
it
you
may
see
be
what
able to
just
contain-
happened? Did you see what just happened to your?
I did, but that's what I'm saying is that I think that bringing them together might be a safest way to contain them.
So you're gonna hold a crown next to the bracelet, and it's gonna let you let go of it again?
Becomes like a double bracelet.
Bear in.
No, I'm serious.
No, you are serious. I just remind. It's not a crown. It's a diadem, and that you could. Robe's already determined you could wear it either way. So the bracelet.
As a bracelet or
His
So-
bracelet could become a diadem if
like
he
with
wanted it to be.
multiple strands, you know what
Sure could be.
happens if that, and then now you've got like a more powerful bracelet.
I'm more interested in keeping it secured.
Well,
So-
it would definitely be secured,
but
but what would it do to you?
I don't know.
Did Waith know anything? I don't remember.
Wait,
I can wait.
know more
Wait,
about
wait,
Feign.
Hey! Oh, what's up? What's up?
Wait, I've not shown this to you yet, but don't judge me too much. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna roll my sleeve up, show the bracelet to the sword. I could see, I guess.
Yeah, well, if
Wiggly
you
eyes.
touch it, like the blade to it.
Yeah, sure.
Ugh! If I had a stomach, I'd be emptying it. That's not good. That's not good. Nope,
Do you
not
know
good.
what it is?
Ah!
Wait, do you know what it is?
Spider Queen. Spider Queen. No, can you take me off? Please take me off.
Okay, I'll pull him away from the the bracelet.
Not cool, man. Not cool. Like that's like waking up after drinking a lot, but you didn't know you drank a lot. Oh.
I don't know what that experience.
No, I just had the dwarf. I told you about the dwarf. He he drank a lot.
Well, that makes sense to him. So listen, wait. I think that it's important that I collect these to prevent them from being used by
Okay.
somebody else.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I can get behind that. Those are things. Those are awful.
But do you think that we should keep them separated from each other, or do you think that we should collect them?
Are you asking if we should keep them separated? I, hey, you know,
Yes, technically.
anytime that you can, reference the offspring in a, anyway,
Wait would definitely get those references.
yeah, totally,
With his bleach blonde hair.
yeah, and his puka shells. Wait, there's a puka shell hilt. He's gotta be honest. I mean, I've seen a lot of things. You're telling me you're being told you have to get all these, like, and then you have to, like, not let them do what they're supposed to do, right?
Yes, right.
I don't know that you want to put them together then. It seems like bad juju.
Can we hear him, or can only Robes hear him?
Robes, only robes. Sorry. Yeah.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Well, I can't lie in front of Waith, I'm assuming. That would probably be bad. So I'm tempted to just not relay the message, but I'll tell everyone what Waith says.
But
Waith thinks it might be a bad idea to collect them.
hey, I'm not an expert. I just want you to know I'm just a very smart sword.
I mean,
You
you
wanted
can
to say that
always
he's very smart.
try to put them together later if we find out that's what you're supposed to do. It seems like it's harder to separate them than it is to get them to come together. So
So
maybe just him for now. It would be better to keep it separate.
he can hear. So this is my deepening understanding of how I'm going to run Waith here. Whatever you can hear, Waith can hear as long as you're holding him and connected to him.
Yeah.
So he can hear Mary, and he's gonna say, "Furbolg woman's got a point. That's not a bad idea."
Okay.
Would you feel comfortable, Robespierre, if I wore one? That way it would be harder to get it away from us as a group, but they'd still be separate?
That's your choice, Mary, but I would definitely feel more comfortable than having it sitting in the bag if one of us bore it.
I don't think that would be a problem.
I'm leading the party down the path of corruption. They're gonna all become Loth acolytes by the end of the campaign.
What happens? What do you know? What happens when all the things are together? Do you know anything about it? I mean, you're wearing one, so I just assume you know some stuff.
I'm just wearing it to keep it safe. I don't know much.
It might be what they're trying to do. I mean, Gellin and his, companion here each have one.
Have you asked that? Winston asking you specifically. I don't think you have asked that of the Weaver, right?
I don't
I don't
whether
think so.
they're
When
supposed to be
all 8 together are together, what they do or anything like that. You haven't asked that.
No.
Okay.
I could ask.
I'm just wondering. I don't think you've asked that. So
I feel like that's information we're missing.
sometimes I drink a bit during these games and I forget what you guys asked.
What?
So
Yeah, I'm feeling a little sober now, though. So I will say, listen, the Weaver has shown me visions. She has shown that these are very dangerous items. I don't know if bringing them together is against the purposes or for the purposes. But I will say that Gellin and Forshade had not combined it. They were building them individually. But I can ask if you would like. I can take a shot at trying to talk to the Weaver. As long as someone's willing to hold my hand if I lose control.
I
I'll
think
hold
we
your
should
hand.
get it off of this person first, before we risk you potentially not being present.
But if he's not here, if we take it off and we don't know what it does, and then we put it on your head,
Okay, guys, why don't we just get it? I'll wear it for a
Yeah.
while, and then we'll talk to Weaver later, and then figure out if we want to bring it together or not. Because we don't have all 8 anyway, so as long as we have them and they don't, that's a start.
but Mary, you're such a good Urbolg. I don't want it to like turn
What
you
is
into
going on
robes.
with the Eldritch Blast here?
So I just blast Force Shade.
Oh!
The beams just they come
Wow.
out.
Okay.
Just rock.
With 3 beams, and you could have.
Well, I shoot her
You
twice.
rolled those at disadvantage, but they should all 3 have hit because they should have been at advantage, and that's
Should be
okay.
disadvantage because she's prone, right?
Should
A
I just
ranged
hold her
attack,
up?
I guess,
I'm
but
not
your
buying-
your point blank, I would probably call
That's
it.
true.
I'd
That's
call
fair.
it probably a straight
Either way,
roll.
they hit.
They hit you. She's super dead. Her body goes still.
Bela, grab the. I mean, Mary, grab whoever, grab it off.
Okay, well, if you're going to cast the spell, I'll try to grab it off.
Okay. The Eldritch Blast has been cast. She's dead. It takes a couple seconds, but the diadem begins to loosen, and then it just is resting upon her head, no longer embedded in her skin.
All right, I'll take it and I'll walk away with
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Away
walk away?
from, like a triangle. I'm away from Gellin and away from Robes.
Make a perception check, Mary.
Perception check?
Yep.
Okay. A 9.
No, nothing occurs to you. Okay.
This is the part where I tell you I don't have Revivify prepared. Just kidding. I always
Louise.
have Revivify prepared.
All right.
Ah,
You cast
Get
the
out my
spell, and
stuff.
I've been sitting on this for a while. The party gains 4 rerolls.
Four?
Inspiration, because that was clever, killing her to revivify her.
That's all Robin.
Well, either way, I thought that was brilliant. All of you guys coming to that solution. I did not think of that. It was awesome. There you go. 4 rerolls for the party.
Oh, before I cast it,
And that's how I'm going to do that from now on, is I will award the party rerolls, so you guys have 4 to 5 every time. So 5, obviously, when most of when all
oh,
of you are here.
Revivify is, I have used all my diamonds. That's it.
Oh, because it's 300.
300.
That's
Yep.
why you had
Okay,
300.
that's
Yep.
it. That's it.
So, and I, prior to casting it, like, as I'm putting it up, Noop, bring your sword over. This is gonna wake her up. I don't want her awake. Knock her back out again.
Oh, it revivifies her at full health.
No.
No, it doesn't. It says 1 hit
One
point.
hit point, does it?
One hit
Oh,
point.
okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Unless Vela's got some fancy
Oh,
revivify.
I
going
thought
now.
it came back at full health. Okay.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
All right.
So, Noob, I would have pulled you
I've
over with
actually
me.
never played a game where Revivify was used, ever. So, I've seen it on Critical Role a lot, but I've never...
Noob,
Oh,
Whack.
crap. You're
Noob, get
frozen.
ready.
I whacked her.
I would say that we still get an initiative on this.
I think that's fair.
Oh,
So, I'm
Might
gonna...
get away.
well, I will not. I will not cast it till he's there.
Yeah, that's...
So he gets a surprise round, right?
No.
We got her. Don't worry. It's all right.
For shade
Someone just use a reroll on initiative if we're
Yeah,
not first.
nice. Well, if I have to, deplete your resources, I will. All right, there she is. All right. Where is your initiative? There we go. Initiative. 19. And noob.
Wow, that's good.
What? Yeah, you can all roll if you want, but it's noob that was the one who was getting ready to
Yeah,
lay
I'm
down.
not.
Why am I rolling initiative?
Because
Because you're trying to attack her and she's got 1 hit point.
Oh, I don't have a token to.
oh, you don't. That's right. Hold on. Why does robes?
I rolled it from a sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, you can roll it directly from your
Oh,
sheet.
yeah, there we
yeah,
go.
Yeah.
All right. Just figured out the other way to do it.
Yeah.
Initiative is somewhere on here.
It's in the top right, and if you click the word initiative. Yep. Oh shit. Well, there you go. She wakes up. You can see the beginnings of like a thought of recognition, and then bang, and she goes back unconscious. Although that is death saving throws for her again. So.
Spare the
Yeah, roll
dying.
it.
Spare the dying.
I watch her. I count to 30.
Ooh.
Not to 30. I count to 15.
I was gonna say, oh, all the way to 15.
I count to 15 and then I flick her in the forehead.
Okay.
I don't actually have to touch her to cast Spare the Dying because I'm a grave cleric, but I still do.
Okay. This was a sort of tense, for me anyway, series of events. You guys will wake up the next morning. Oh no, I'm sorry. What are you doing? I want to know before we call it. We got.
Yeah, Gellen's got to wake
How
up.
much time do we have? We have like 10 minutes, right, Tony?
Yeah, 15.
15.
18.
18,
9:42.
18.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. What do you? Gellin wakes up an hour later. 45 minutes later. What are you guys doing? Are you guys gonna keep just keeping them unconscious as you go?
No,
think
he's
I'm
allowed to
gonna-
wake up.
I'm gonna attune to this bracelet thing
Okay.
or diadem. I don't want to wear it as a diadem.
How do you want? You have a choice of a bracelet, a diadem, or if you want to go super crazy, anklet.
I actually think the anklet would be better. I don't want it to get in the way of my artistry.
Bows, yeah, okay. So it can
I'll
become
wear
an
it as
anklet. Yep. All right.
How about up around the bicep, like a Viking band?
It'd be really thin, and might actually impede her archery as well. But as an anklet, it would work. Okay. You now have the equivalency of spider climb, and as long as you are in the vicinity, 100 feet of Robespierre, you have basically what is that?
Freedom of movement.
Nope. That's different. Mountebank, the dimension door.
Dimension door. Yeah.
Oh,
If you are within 3 bracelets, you have freedom of movement.
Okay.
Robes.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time. Where's Robespierre?
Well, it's at a certain point, it just actually becomes inherent to the bracelet, and you don't have
Wait,
to worry about it.
how close to him do you have to be?
Only 100
100
feet,
feet.
dear. Don't worry.
Like, we're buddies, bracelet buddies.
Yeah, that's what
That's
they'll
what they'll
call
call
us. Anyway, so, but that's like Robes's does both of those. Yours will do that eventually after a period of time. As you attune to it, it gains levels, but it only gains it if it's around another bracelet long enough. So,
Interesting.
okay, so you have attuned to that. Gellin is about to wake in, say, 40 minutes.
He'll have freedom of movement.
He may.
Maybe we should stay farther away from him. I don't know. Like,
Maybe
I wouldn't know that enough about it to know as if it's like
You wouldn't.
leveled up or not.
Yeah, you wouldn't know
but-
that, but I think Robes has an inkling because of what happened with him.
Well, and
Yeah.
we had seen things happening, so my
Mhm.
instinct was just let's stay away from each other, So
but as soon as as we have this conversation and I realize how freedom of movement works, I am going to take out my I have a lot of caltrops. Oh no, I just have one. I'm gonna encircle him with rows and rows rows of caltrop. Well, not rows and rows. I only have a bag of 20. I thought I bought more than that, but I'm gonna put a row of caltrops around him, and then a row of ball bearings, and then another row of caltrops.
And as you're doing that, it may occur to Robespierre that he would also still have Dimension Door available to him through the bracelet.
As a spell, though, right?
As a one-use, like Cape of the Mountebank. Same as what you have with the bracelet, yeah.
So an important distinction, does that count as is it the ability to cast the spell when you use an item? Or does the item, can you counterspell a magic item in that case, in that context?
Oh my god, I hate Counterspell.
Look, I've carried this thing for a long time and only used it a couple times. So
I
feel like,
don't know that you can you counterspell a magic item? I don't think
I think it depends on the language.
So, if you have to use a magic word because you have to know it's going to be used, and then if you have to be able to visibly see that a spell is being cast, and I think that requires then some kind of verbal, somatic, or use of.
And it's really up to you too, because like the language matters. Like on the a Cape of Mountebank, it says while wearing it, you can use it to cast the Dimension Door spell. So like I would interpret that as you're casting the spell, but with the item as like the source of it. But sometimes it's like ring of freedom of movement, you're not casting anything, you just have it.
You just have it, yeah.
So I think it just depends on the item. So you're the DM if it's something super
Oh,
powerful.
I hate when they get like with the language like that. Like, what did they intend to mean with
you
that?
know, maybe I'm wrong too. Let me
What's
just
this?
see.
I get what you're saying though. Like if this thing allows you to cast the spell, you're
But if
still
you don't,
casting
but
it.
it allows.
But if you don't have to cast it, if it's just giving that ability, then you're not. Then it just happens, right? Like
I agree with
There is
that,
a
except for like it grants you the ability where it says it allows you, which is like, well, if it allows me to cast it, then I must have the ability to cast it in the first place to use the cloak.
And it's different, like freedom of movement, like. So, like, Dimension Door, it's not like it's just happening constantly. Like, you have to make the choice, I'm going to do it now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that.
but like another way to put it, though, you're right. But another way to put it is like if a monster could just inherently do Dimension Door, it's not necessarily a spell. They have like some
Right.
ability.
And that's-
so if it's like an ability, then I think it can't be counterspell. Right?
And that's the whole point of the way they're redoing everything in Monsters of the Multiverse. So, like, it's not a spell anymore. It's just an ability, so you can't counterspell it.
So I think it's up to you totally, because this item's not even like on my character sheet, you know. So I don't even know.
Yeah, I need to actually create it so I can put it on your guys' sheet.
So you can choose. I would be happy to also not be able to be counterspelled.
My feeling with it is it's not a counterspellable thing, and I wouldn't allow, honestly, I wouldn't allow somebody to counterspell, like if you used your Cape of the Mountebank, I wouldn't allow a character who had that to counterspell you. I just think you wrap the cloak around you and it casts it. Like the cloak is casting it, not you. Even though it says it allows you to cast it. That seems to me like then your character, like no one should be able to use that other than a class that can cast Dimension Door. And I don't think I don't feel like that's how that magic item is intended. If it allows you to cast it, that means that, like, or it gives you that spell. So then what does Dimension Door say? What is it? Is it verbal, somatic? So then if you
It's verbal, I think.
I think that was the conversation we had before, right? Like that's why we were trying to
All gagging.
make them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dimension
Door.
is verbal.
Do we know what that you're having this mental conversation about Dimension Door?
Yeah,
Like-
sitting up there and like I'm just like doing like the calculation thing and just like, can I counter spell this? Can we have it? And yeah, I'm sort of looking like I'm deep in thought, and then I'll share out my concerns.
When you do Dimension Door, you can take one of us with you, right?
That's correct, if you're willing.
So if you stand in the circle with him, or I do, or whoever's wearing, and I fluff the cloak that I'm currently wearing of yours,
Oh, that's right.
holds his hand, then wouldn't we go with him and we could just bring him back?
I don't think so. I think
Oh, because he would be unwilling. We could get back, but he wouldn't come.
he'd have to choose to take us, I think.
Well, we'd be a willing creature, whether he chose us or not. If we're holding his hand, we'd go, right?
That's a good question. How's it phrased? You can bring along a person. So I don't know. I think he has to choose, but I don't know. I've never tried it, so. Oh, we could try it right now. Actually, I think I have the long rest to get it back.
Oh, okay.
There's
maybe we keep
a lot
his
of
gag in.
discussion about that Cape of the Monobank. Anyway, I will have to read it later.
Maybe we just keep his gag in, right? Because he can't cast it without talking.
It's true. He needs the verbal. But he has freedom of movement, so. I mean, I wouldn't say it like that. He has the freedom of movement. It's a level 2 spell.
So he can get the gag out?
I don't know. I mean, he can get his hands out. And he
What
can
if
take
you're
the
like
other one.
sitting on his hands or standing on him? Like I'll like shout it over to you. Like I mean,
Like from across the way.
The
it's
spell
not you're not tied up, but if you're
the spell says that
We're
they
gonna
cannot
try.
be restrained or grappled in any way.
I don't know this. I'm
Oh,
just
I know.
conversation.
Well, let's give it a try. Vela, try to grab me.
Vela starts giggling. and then like runs at you like tackling a sibling kind
And
of.
I'll slip right out.
Yep.
Ow!
I guess, yeah, I guess it won't work.
Guess they're about 25 minutes away from wake up.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, you can't speak without a tongue, right? I mean, what if you just chop off his tongue? I'm just kidding, because Elva would never let us do that.
Yeah.
Well, what about if we knock him out until after we've had a rest, and then tomorrow I can do some more compelling things. Like, I could prepare to have spells that don't let him have much of a choice in the matter of compliance. Like,
I do agree with
Oh,
you, Rita,
like-
that keeping him unconscious is probably best for now.
there's this spell that I have that I really have been on the fence about using, but this seems like the time when it would make the most sense. It's called a Gaius, and it would mean that I could stop him from being able to do that. I would totally take away his free will, so it'd probably be real close to making me a cultist, but I feel like this is the kind of thing that like stops actual cultists from having power. Like, that would work, right? If we just say like, you cannot cast a spell, because
Mhm.
that's what I can do with that. And then he can't cast a spell for the next month.
It's pretty powerful now.
You have just as a reminder, you have no visible evidence of Gellin having any spellcaster abilities.
Right. We just assume he has the same thing that Robes has
Yes, but
from the bracelet.
that's not spell casting. That's using a magic weapon or a
So
magic
maybe
item.
you're better off just saying you need to stay with us or something like that, so he can't run away.
Stay
It- it-
next to Nubin.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like the letter of the law here, we have to
You
be very
must be
precise.
within 10 feet of Nubin at all times. Yeah?
That's gonna make bathroom times very awkward for Noob.
Except for during bathroom. You just write out a bunch of clauses.
we are getting to pumpkin time, so I guess we will begin
True.
next time with Gellin waking up, and it will be right away because you guys have used up, I think.
Well, I mean,
Conqueror's Aid.
I thought we were coming to the conclusion that we were going to keep him unconscious, though.
Yeah, I think we're gonna knock him out.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that was the decision. Okay.
Yeah, Vela said it. I said that makes sense because you don't have access to that spell yet, right, Vela?
Right.
Yeah. So for the
Yeah.
night, just keeping him unconscious.
Okay.
So
Is everybody else
Well, there's
okay with that?
very little night left.
or
Yeah.
For the 8 hours
yeah,
that we've
for
been asleep.
whatever time we're going. I'll treat this like a Gaius spell. For whatever time that we're going to be sitting here until we make the next decision.
Well,
we want to keep him unconscious.
I'm not trying to be pedantic. I'm actually. You guys are. You stayed up 24
It's
hours.
5 a.m. Yeah, I know.
and you're heading. You're gonna continue to move on. So.
Right.
Well, are we, or are we staying? Are we gonna rest during the day and move during the night?
I don't know as if we decided that. Some of us were
Right.
saying we were willing to risk exhaustion, but I think we did agree that we don't want Gellin being conscious and possibly getting away. I feel like that we agreed on. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So
then
he'll
somebody
wake up
needs
and we'll
to stay.
knock him in the face.
All right.
Get ready with your sword there, Nubin.
Well, I want to always have there be a chance of an escape. So.
Well, we're not letting him wake up.
Right.
We're
but
doing the same thing we did to him.
Yeah, but you had to actually make a medicine check to know how long it was going to be that they were unconscious. So, you knock him again, and then make a medicine check.
Right now? Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, let's just do it
I
now.
thought that was-
Let's just do it now because it
Okay.
might lead to a very interesting beginning for the next game.
Right. Medicine.
Whoa!
Okay.
All right.
I feel like I got that one.
Down to the minute, Vela.
He's out for 3 more hours. Okay. All right. So, you guys did not, I am going to just remind you, did anybody want to use the Standing Stone to contact someone to send the airship?
Yeah. If it's now at this point, it's basically daytime. I would
Yep.
use the sending stone.
Okay.
Did I do the medicine check after Foreshade fell asleep?
You
Or,
did.
like after I revivified her?
Oh, no, you didn't. You should find that out.
Okay.
Well, look at that.
Very nice.
You're good at that medicine, aren't you?
I try.
Also out for
I
3
know.
hours. So basically, they're within a half hour of each other at this point. Within half hour to 45 minutes.
No, because she woke up 2 hours.
Oh, okay. So she's
right?
got-
We killed her after. We killed her an hour before Gellin woke up. So she'll wake up an hour before Gellin wakes up again.
Okay. I am not going to turn this into an episode of 33 on Battlestar Galactica. So we'll figure this out, but eventually you guys will get connected with the airship, and we'll say that occurs. You guys are going to have to keep on top of it and keep knocking them out. You all have a level of exhaustion. So you might as well just add that.
Oh, I thought we were resting.
No. Not if you're staying up and knocking people out every 3 hours.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
So,
I can't.
and even if you get 4 hours, you have to get 4, like, straight hours. So,
Right.
so.
Just let him die. Let him die. Let him die.
Well, they're not
Let
going
him
to die at
shrivel
this
up and
point.
die.
They're not. They've been healed, so they will wake up. So.
Oh, I know, but if he knocks him out again, I would just let him die. Just kidding. I wouldn't actually.
You guys contact the spy master, right? Or who had the other stone?
Yeah, I was a spy master, had the
Okay.
stone.
And tell them at the place where the Zol River bends southeast, in the barony of Middlemead, you would like to be picked up, and that you have important information and people, and you get a copy of that. We will be there at this time, and we will pick up. Actually, unless there's anything else you guys want to do, I don't want to get into the minutia of you knocking them out every 4 hours. But you guys get picked up by the airship at Zol River, and we're gonna pick it up from there. Does that make sense? Is that
Sounds good.
okay?
Yeah.
All right, we have reached, I think, pumpkin time for particularly
And if we're
Tony.
on the-
One.
If we're on the airship, we can also get our long rests there, can't we?
You can.
Assuming there's somebody that knows spare the dying.
Right. You'll have to decide what it is, how it is you want to manage that, because they will wake up within 4 hours every time. So,
How long a flight is it?
probably, like, I think we said it was really actually rather quick with airship. I think it's actually like a half-day's trip at that point by airship.
Cool. We can make those
Here's
decisions.
a question. This is something like I shouldn't ask right now, but like if they're unconscious, so what if I turn them into some like I have polymorph? I could try turning them into something that like a firefly. Would they still be able to get like Force Shade's not an issue. She doesn't have the thing anymore. But if we trap him like in a container, would he still be able to get out of that? That's not like
Only if you put like some sticks and a couple pieces of grass in there, so it feels like home.
but I
Let's
just
maybe not pick something that they could still fly away, though.
right. I just was like, throwing
Make
out.
him a cockroach. It'll match his personality.
Oh, well, I
Like
can
we-
fly, though.
We
That's
need to
true.
take a box of dirt and turn them into worms.
Well, the duration
Roly-poly.
of a polymorph is 1 hour.
Oh.
Mhm.
So
Well, that doesn't work then.
Yeah,
Well, it would work in the sense that like they could wake up, or as they're starting to wake up, you could polymorph them so that I could finish my 4 hours of rest before you knock them out.
That would work for Vela. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. It was just curious. We wouldn't know anyway, like how all of this works. It's just
Yeah.
you might. I mean, you could make an Arcana check to find out. But yeah, I think you. I mean, if you have the spell, you kind of know the way it works. You know it's a very temporary thing for a polymorph. So,
right. Oh yeah. I mean, I would imagine I would know that, but I just like I wouldn't know how the bracelets work and what they're able to get out of or not. So
that is true.
And I wonder if Robes is conscious of what just happened, because we're all going to know now, because Mary will tell us what's going on with the bracelet, even though Robes wouldn't.
Oh, that's true.
didn't think
Mary will be like, what the hell? This thing's digging into my leg.
That's true.
probably.
It's gonna be like an epilady, like pulling out all the furball hair.
Wow,
Be like-
that sounds really painful.
I did have a mechanics question for you, Paul, but
Sure.
you can think about it for next time because
Okay.
it'll be relevant then. But Can you cut off somebody's arm if it's got a cursed item on it?
Don't see why not.
Would it like unattune to them if you cut it off?
No.
Interesting.
I think if the item I think attunes to like what I would consider like the soul.
Mm-hmm.
And so if the person still lives, it would still be attuned to them. They may not be able to access its power, but it would still be attuned
But it would
to
still
them.
be.
Yeah.
Might like
Interesting.
switch arms or.
Yeah. They would have. I mean, that might become a great game of tag. Like if somebody had like a bracer, like or something, and you cut off their arm. And
Toss it in the bag of holding. I love it.
but
I love this
but
plan.
it would still be attuned to the person who attuned to it.
I know, but it'd be so fun.
I was thinking for myself more than Galen, but then I was thinking it might work for Galen too. But yeah.
We're
Well, we
cutting
could
off
lop
your
off
arm
his hand.
now?
We could lop off Gellen's hand and throw him in the bag of holding and be done with it.
It's true, he'd be dead. It would fall off his wrist.
We can't kill Gellin.
Mm-mm.
We're taking
Well, we
him in.
can. He's a slaver. We can take him in, and then he can be scheduled for execution, and then it'll be legal.
He tried to wiggle his nose and cast a spell. We had to kill him.
You know, I will say we're very good at problem solving, our group, but yeah, we're creative problem solvers, but some of our methods are a little questionable.
I feel like every ounce of your counselor is coming out, Robin. We have some disordered thinking going on.
I don't know. I suggested cutting off a tongue and killing people and bringing them back to life. So I'm not without fault here. So.
All right. Well, I am going to bring the stream to a close. Thanks everybody for playing tonight, and thanks for everybody who watched. Everybody who's in here is either already following or hanging out. That's not a bot, so appreciate your support, and we'll be back here. I am probably going to do something with Navishal on Wednesday, and then there won't be another stream until I think we're not streaming again for a long time. Monday with Warblers a week. But if you're here, and everybody here knows 20 sides, but Winston is running Eberron tomorrow, and Robin plays in that game, and I will be guesting, I think my last guest, probably. Yep. Is tomorrow night on Eberron, so check that out. And, you know, I say check that out, but you already have. And that's all we have. We'll talk to you later. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, Ed.
Bye. Oh, Percy's out there too, and Percy.
Oh, and Percy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
I don't know who you are, but bye.
He's
You're welcome.
he's
Awesome.
C rep
Bye.
in.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, Percy. I don't know who you are.
Anyway.